I think we're safe. I think we're safe to go. I mean, he's got to make 2 free throws. It's over. Although we were a Dixie Crimson the other night, and that was kind of crazy. You ready, AT?
Yeah. He ain't going to make this free throw, though.
You don't think so? As we've got a rivalry on a Friday night. It's our ideal home and paint game of the week. And right now, the JV game just finishing up as we bring you into our Interior Design Center pregame show. Yeah, tight one in the JV tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Close matchup. Get to see some of the future stars in the battle for whatever they call this rivalry. But it's been a good one tonight at the Thunderdome.
Yeah, sure. tight one here. 3-point lead for the Desert Hills Thunder JV team over Crimson. They got free throws coming. So we're going to have plenty of time, which is nice to break it down and get you all ready for the varsity game coming up next. And 2 teams, Andy, that are coming in. Obviously, a Red Hawk Crimson team still unbeaten in Region 10 basketball. Coach Casey Winters got them playing good. They had 2 really good wins the last time out. That miracle comeback against Dixie when they were down 8 with 1:13 to go. And then they go on the road up to Cedar City on Wednesday night. And a nice 5-point win against the Reds. So they bring a lot of momentum into this game. And, of course, we got a chance to talk to Coach Winters. We'll relay some of those to you here in just a bit as we get going. But they are 11-3 overall and 5-0 in Region 10. And there's a lot to like about this Crimson team. Meanwhile, Desert Hills comes in winless in region play and just 4 wins on the entire season.
Yes, and it's been a while for them. They're on a 6-game losing streak. They haven't won since mid-December against Bountiful. But the good news for Desert Hills and Coach Allred is you got a bunch of athletes on this team that are going to compete night in, night out, especially against a team like Crimson where they know everybody and they're so close with all the players over there. At home, the student section for Desert Hills is already packed. So, I don't know. There's weird energy, especially in the Thunderdome on a Friday night, where I think the spark should be there right off the bat for Desert Hills to compete in this game and make it ugly and physical here at home.
You can't forget Desert Hills had an unbelievable season last year, lost in the state championship to Cedar, and 8 of their core players were all seniors. Guys like Reggie Newby, Justin Judkins, Mason Landick, and the list goes on and on. That was a really good group of seniors. So they're kind of trying to reload this year, and the reload's taking some time, and the offense has not been clicking, averaging only 46 points a game.
Yes, that's been the struggle. The good news is the defense has only given up in the 50s. I mean, they keep everybody below their season averages. Tonight against Crimson Cliffs, that's exactly what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to foul. They're going to try to keep them from getting out on the run. They're going to have somebody like Austin Turnbow in Hudson Haas's face wherever he goes tonight. So they've got the physical, raw ability. It's just a matter of getting it together offensively. And that's kind of been the story every time we've talked with Coach Allred. It's just getting shots to fall, getting that rhythm to go down. We just need and some of the younger guys to step up and not be afraid to pull the trigger on the outside. But, no joke, this is a huge challenge. Crimson Cliffs was a team that was in the state quarterfinals last year, come back this year with a bunch of talent. They, lost some big guys in the offseason who left the team or moved away. But the good news is Houston Johnson, who's getting a lot of minutes this year, we know his bloodline and his talent and his capability and coming off his best game of the year. So I'm looking forward to seeing Houston as well as the kind of the big 3 for Crimson Cliffs in Matthews, Eaton, and Haas as well tonight. They're having a tremendous season for Coach Winters.
Yeah, no question about it. They're going to be tough to slow down. But if there's one thing that has been the bright spot that Coach Chris Allred, the Thunder coach, can really keep his guys upbeat about is that they have played defensively good enough to win games if they get the compliment on the offensive side of the ball. Yeah,
pass deflections, picking up 3/4 court, rushing the ball handler. Now the issue with Crimson Cliffs is everybody's a ball handler, so it's you blitz somebody with a double team right off the bat, they're going to get it to somebody else who can make a play. So it'll be interesting to see how aggressive they are in the half court. And, you anticipate playing straight up for most of the game. But we'll see. I mean, I love watching Austin Turnbull play defense. Eric Olson, who's down there throwing down right now for Desert Hills, and others. Lincoln Holmes, Taven Mortensen. All these guys, it's not for a lack of physical ability. It's just getting used to playing with each other and making shots fall on the offensive end.
And Taven Mortensen will not go tonight. He could be out for the season. He's got a really bad hyperextension, tore some ligaments in the ankle, so really, really bad ankle sprain, basically. And they don't know if he'll be back later in the year or not. They'll just have to wait and see. Was on crutches for the last week or so, just trying to stay off that. It was a pretty bad deal, so they'll have to be without him. And that means when they go to the bench, can Jake Wilkins get a little bit of time? Can Landon Esplin's minutes increase? And can they provide a spark for Coach Allred?
Yeah, I really like Landon Esplin in the minutes he's gotten this year. He's a basketball player. I mean, he's got a really good shot. He's good with the ball in his hands. I think it's guys like him and Allred, for example, as well as obviously Boston Holbrook and Lincoln Holmes, who've got to carry the bulk of the scoring and creating their own shots within this offense. I'm looking forward to seeing Esplin getting some more minutes tonight and potentially some more shots.
This is the Interior Design Center pregame show. No matter if you're just looking for a couple rooms in your house or a whole home makeover, they got window coverings, floor coverings, all kinds of stylish looks. And Brooke Nyberg's been doing this for well over 20 years, turning your house more into a home. With the prices right now in Southern Utah, might be just a time to take out a little bit of a refi, use the equity in your home, and fix it up a little bit. And Interior Design Center is there to help. Go to interior-designcenter.com. Like them on Facebook to learn more. We'll take a quick 90-second timeout. When we come back, we'll dive into the Camping World keys to the game as we get closer to the tip tonight. Crimson on the road taking on Desert Hills right here on 97.7 ESPN and on the live stream. You can watch this game tonight if you're driving home or around the streets of Southern Utah. Just go to our website, sportsradio977.com. We got our friends at CEC TV. We got the whole crew here tonight shooting the pictures right into your lip. If you got one of those smarty phones like Andy and I do, you just cast it. What do you call that? Smart cast it?
Yeah, you shoot it up to your TV.
Yeah, and then you can watch it on your big screen at home. We'll be back after this timeout.
This is Tyler from We Win Injury Law. We win for you, period. If you have been in a motorcycle accident, car accident, hit by a semi-truck, or bitten by a dog, we will fight and win for you, period. Visit 435wewin.com to have me look at your case.
Simply Wisdom Teeth is all they do, and they always make it simple. With everyday pricing at just $899 for all 4 wisdom teeth removed, including sedation, they've got over 600 5-star Google reviews. For appointments, call 635-1243 or visit simplywisdomteeth.com.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Right now is the time to improve and get ready for the upcoming basketball season. And the best facility with brand new floors and top-notch training is at Nets on Fire inside the Be More Complex. Get small group training with elite coaches. It's time to improve your game. Just visit netsonfire.org.
The real estate market in Southern Utah is booming. Before you sell, talk to a Red Rock real estate agent to see what your home is worth. You may be surprised. If you're looking to buy a home, check out all their listings at redrockrealestate.com. Voted the best real estate company in Southern Utah 2 years in a row. Red Rock Real Estate.
Welcome back. Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson, Thunderdome, Desert Hills High School. Thunder trying to break through and get their first region win. And they got to do it against a team that is undefeated. There's only 2 teams left undefeated. This Mustang team, they're 5-0. And how about those Snow Canyon Warriors? Not only are they undefeated in region, but they have not lost it on the year. They're up in Cedar City tonight, putting that 16-0 record on the line.
That is going to be a tremendous atmosphere for the Cedar Reds. We saw them take Crimson Cliffs to the brink on Wednesday. Maybe they can do the same to the number 1 team in 4A, Snow Canyon. Easier said than done, but weird stuff happens up in Cedar. We'll see if they can keep it close. tonight.
Yeah, and all of the games, if you want to watch, the links are on our website, sportsradio977.com. Of course, radio coverage on all 3 games as well. And we are going to zero in on this one. Let's dive into the Camping World keys to the game, AT. Camping World, huge retail store. They've got everything you need to get out and enjoy the outdoors in 2022, from camp chairs to generators to accessories, plus a huge selection of motorhomes, coaches, bumper tows, Class A, Class C motorhomes, and great sales, parts, and service. You'll find it on Hilton Drive, Camping World St. George. Let's start with the Mustangs. And the one thing Coach Winter said is we think we have a size advantage, so I'm going to look at the points in the paint and see if Coach is right, see if they can get a lot of points in the paint tonight.
You know, I agree with that. I think Houston Johnson is a guy that they really see the potential in, and potential this year to help them out once they get to the playoffs. I mean, he has the physical gifts, he's got the ability, and he's getting more comfortable in his own skin, it seems like, as the year goes on. He just had his best game of the year on Wednesday. I think he was 6 of 9 from the field. Had 15 points against Cedar on the road. So I'm looking forward to seeing him kind of continue to develop. The other thing is I'd like to see him spread out the scoring load a little bit, and that's exactly what they did on Wednesday. The previous Friday against Dixie, it was 2 dudes. It was Eaton and it was Hawes for most of the first half and pretty much the entire game until the very end, where some other guys knocked down some shots. I think tonight against Desert Hills, Crimson Cliff's big favorite. I'd like to see 2, 3, 4 guys close to 10 points, and that was kind of the case on Wednesday. I'd like to see them keep that up. That's what makes this team so dynamic, is how selfless they are and how talented they are in transition. And they don't have a guy that goes for over 20 every night, but they've got 3 or 4 that can go for 12 to 15 every night. So I'd like to see them move the ball around a little bit tonight. And, you know, guys like Travis Matthews, Bridger Jones, Jaden Jensen off the bench, those guys are all capable of contributing in the scoring effort, and we'll see if that's the case tonight.
This is a rivalry game, and these two teams have been splitting almost every year since Crimson started. And we'll see what happens tonight. Let's dive into Desert Hills a little bit closer, AT. Anything else on the key side for the Thunder?
Make it ugly, Thunder. Take out a little pocket knife, poke the ball, and create just a little hole, and so the air comes out just a little bit. Because next year you're not going to be able to hold the ball very long because there's going to be a shot clock, which we all love. But take advantage. You're the underdog tonight. You're physical. You want to play and win in the high 40s to 50s. Don't let these guys run on you. Take advantage of long offensive possessions, get on the floor, deflect passes, double teams. You got plenty of fouls to give. Let's go. And you know, don't let Haas get going, because Hudson Haas can take you. He can win the game in the second quarter by going on a streak where he makes 3 or 4 threes. So make sure whoever's on him tonight, Turnbow, whoever it is. I mean, it could be any number of those guys down there. Lincoln Holmes. Hudson Haas is a number 1. He can get going the 3-point range. I think Desert Hills, if they can ride the wave of the energy that will inevitably be in the Thunderdome, the student section, this home crowd against their rival, I think they're poised to have a good game tonight.
Yeah, no question, and we'll see how it unfolds. Those are your Camping World keys to the game. We're going to take a quick break, 60-second timeout. When we come back, Annie and I are going to pick the Star Watch, brought to you by Intermountain Sports Performance. They train a lot of the stars you see on the court tonight. Once they get into youth sports and now playing varsity sports, we love our friends at Intermountain Sports Performance, increasing your speed, your agility, your vertical leap, all that stuff. And we'll come back and pick those players and get you the Sky Mountain starting lineups and the tip-off. It's the Thunder and the Mustangs, and we're closing in on the tip. Stay with us.
This is Tyler from We Win Injury Law. We win for you, period. If you have been in a motorcycle accident, car accident,
or visit simplywisdomteeth.com.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
We're back, everybody. Desert Hills High School. And Andy and I are just sitting here in the timeout talking about, do we overthink our Intermountain Sports Performance Star Watch tonight, or do we go with kind of the leading guys scoring-wise, or do we go defensive-wise? There's a lot of talent on the court, obviously.
I agree with you, and I think we should underthink it and just pick the stars, and that's Lincoln Holmes for Desert Hills. He's got all the talent. He's got the offensive game. He's got the dribble and go to the hoop. He's got the three-point shot. And I'd like to see him take this game over from the very beginning. I mean, he is a selfless player. He likes to set up his teammates, but I'd like him to get 3-4 field goal attempts up in that first period for sure. Sometimes I think he lets the game come to him, which all coaches love, but you're the underdog, and you're the man on the team for the underdog. Take it over, be aggressive from the very beginning. I'd like to see Lincoln go for it.
He has shot the ball 222 times this year. The next closest teammate, Boston Holbrook, 119. Eli Allred has shot 112 shots during the course of the season this year. Yeah. So Holmes is a high-volume shooter.
He's their Kobe. Let's go.
So we'll see. And he's shooting just a shade under 40%, averaging just 15.9 points per game. But that's right up there with some of the leaders in the state. As for the Mustangs,
if we're going to go with Lincoln on one end, we got to go with Hudson Hawes on the other end. He leads them in scoring slightly. It's pretty well spread out for the Mustangs. Jordan Eaton right behind him. But Hudson Hawes, you think of him as a three-point shooter, but his ability to get to the rim and hesitate and get his defender. I mean, I know Casey always tries to create switches where a big man is on Hudson because he can just dribble circles around a big guy and make something happen. So he's really fun to watch.
And he's shooting at 46%. So, he is 15 points per game, and that is tops. Jordan Eaton comes in averaging 11.8 second on this Mustang team.
Yeah, so Hudson Hawes, our Star Watch player for the Mustangs.
And look around the region standings, and you got Crimson and Snow Canyon at the top. They are unbeaten. It so happens that if they both win, if Snow Canyon can go up to Cedar tonight and Crimson can win on the road here at Desert Hills, they'll be head-to-head next Wednesday night, and we'll have it for you right here on ESPN Radio. It's Battle of Unbeatens. That could be interesting, but you can't overlook these matchups tonight. These are not easy places to go get wins for these two teams.
No, they're not. We're looking forward to that game. Should be epic here on ESPN Radio. But, hey, you know what they say, one game at a time, right, Devin?
Absolutely, and expect.
I don't say that, but they say that.
Unexpected is what I always say.
I say 2 games at a time, kind of get ahead.
Yeah, well, I'm sure.
Plan ahead.
I'm sure these scouting reports will start as soon as this game is over. But in the meantime, Coach Winters, Coach Alwood, I don't think they're overlooking each other in this rivalry game. Yeah. Both teams finished with their warm-ups, and we are in the Thunderdome at Desert Hills High School. We're hoping we can get over 55 points. Just one of the two teams tonight gets over 55 points, and everybody can go enjoy a big score dessert brought to you by Holbrook Asphalt after the game at the St. George Yogurtland. We'll keep tracking that for you all night long. And, of course, we got 3 games. I'm pretty positive one of those games tonight's going over 55 points, and everybody can go get that big score dessert. But there's been nights it has not happened, so we'll have to wait and see. But keep your eye on that. As always, we'll be looking to hand out some awards. We love Ernie's 2 Sinclair Station, our Player of the Game sponsor, Appliance Wholesaler Plus. They'll be our Playmaker Play of the Game. Sometimes they're the same. A lot of times they're not, though, AT.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We're looking forward to that. Some big-time dunks, clutch threes. Anticipating a good one here tonight.
About to get you the Sky Mountain starting lineups tonight. It's going to be Hawes, Matthews, Eaton, Bridger, Jones, and Houston Johnson. And then you're going to have Austin Turnbow, Lincoln, Holmes, Boston, Holbrook, Bateman, and also Eli Allred for the Thunder. But before we talk more about the starters, brought to you by Sky Mountain, we're going to take a timeout for our national anthem, and we will be right back here on your Region 10 Radio Network.
Ernie's 2 Sinclair Stations want to wish Region 10 athletes the best of luck this season. And stay tuned for the Ernie's Player of the Game. Don't forget to grab an Ernie's Reward Card that allows you to save on fuel and earn points for every $1 spent in store. Get your card today. Ernie's, St. George, Hurricane, Cedar, and Beaver.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware.
See Hearst first this month for great deals on red hot buys at Hearst Ace Hardware. Make sure and get an Ace Rewards card for savings around the house, the yard, or the job site. Stop by Hearst General Store Ace Hardware, conveniently located in the heart of downtown Cedar City and St. George.
Hey, time out. I've got a loan for you. Scott Gibson here with Intercap Lending. Put me in the finance game to work for you. No matter what you're looking for, to build, buy, or refinance, I can help. So don't drop the ball and let me, with my 25 years experience, go to work for you. 435-619-8080.
Hey, it's Luke with Eaton Associates at American Family Insurance. At Eaton Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Ideal Home and Paint. Ideal has all the top quality brands like PPG, Pratt & Lambert, and Cimarron floor epoxy coatings. Ideal has that. Check out their Paint Design Center, 4096 South River Road, or call 656-0801.
Right now is the time to improve and get ready for the upcoming basketball season. And the best facility with brand new floors and top-notch training is at Nets on Fire inside the Be More Complex. Get small group training with elite coaches. It's time to improve your game. Just visit netsonfire.org.
Back Desert Hills High School, a trio singing the beautiful
rendition.
That
was unbelievable. It sounded like the Dixie Chicks.
Andy, they were great.
Better than the Dixie
Way to get this party started on a Friday night in Region 10 basketball. This is our Ideal Home and Paint Game of the Week. Ideal Home and Paint, they have that. Anything inside, outside, you need painted, they've got it. You covered at the Automotive Store on Tabernacle or the Super Home Store out there on South River Road. Again, the starters brought to you by Sky Mountain Golf Course. Sky Mountain Amateur started today. It'll continue tomorrow. And a beautiful shape right now. Once they're done with the tournament, you can get some tee times next week. Weather's supposed to be in the 60s next week. Hit it to the sky. Sky Mountain in Hurricane, 635-7888. Again, Bridger Jones, and then you've got Hudson Hawes, Travis Matthews, Jordan Eaton, and Houston Johnson, the starting five for head coach Casey Winters, who, has kind of been back and forth. Played at Idaho State, played for Coach Judkins at Dixie State, came on as an assistant at Dixie State, went to Bear River High School, took over that program, went back to Dixie State as an assistant for a second stint. And then when the Crimson School opened up, Casey Winters decided to go back to high school again, and he is a very, very good coach. Coach Chris Allred also has an interesting path. Been a baseball coach at the Thunder, and then switched to basketball. Prior to that, he's had stops around the region in other sports as well, but he's always had a real passion. In fact, coached at Western Wyoming at the JC level, learned a ton of stuff there and wanted to bring it back to the high school ranks. That's part of the reason he switched from baseball back to basketball.
Yeah, a state champion on the baseball field as a coach. First year as the basketball coach, goes to the state championship. So what a winner, and see if he can pull off the upset tonight here at home.
It's Turnbow, Eli Allred, and then Eric Olson in the starting lineup tonight. And it'll be Lincoln Holmes, leading scorer, our Intermountain Sports Performance Star Watch player tonight, and then Boston Holbrook. So they do go with Olson, so Bateman will come off the bench tonight. That's the one change from what we've been seeing from Coach Allred.
Yeah, we'll see if how that switch affects maybe a little offense tonight, and the bench and how all that works out. That's kind of been something that the challenge for Coach Allred is the mixture of rotation guys, putting them in, who starts, who doesn't, game to game, and looks like we got Allred tonight.
Nothing like a little thunderstruck here in the Thunderdome to fire up this crowd. It's filling in nicely. There is not very many open seats in Desert Hills Stadium tonight. I mean, it is a packed house tonight. Desert Hills students got a neon night going. You got some Crimson students wearing white shirts and ties tonight. And it's Olson and Johnson, and it's batted around and controlled by the Thunder. Holbrook will track it down. Here comes Holbrook across half court, opening possession of the game. Play-by-play tonight brought to you by Luke Udy and American Family Insurance. Auto, home, life, business insurance, all under one roof. Call for a free quote today. Turnbull on the left wing, inside to Holbrook. Back his way in on Bridger Jones. Goes to a baby hook, and it rims out no good. Pretty
Strong
good look.
Move. Yeah, that was a really good move, and I like Boston going for that early in this game.
Matthews cut off by Allred, spins, driving hard, blocked by Allred, gets it back. Matthews still in trouble, and it's jump ball called down on the defensive end.
Wow, what a play by Allred, and then Olsen getting his palm on top of the ball, forcing a tie-up call. Like the energy right away from this Desert Hills defense.
They'll stay on the alternate possession with the Mustangs, though, and they lob it in. And Travis Matthews will get it over to Bridger Jones. Bridger Jones is the facilitator. He only averages 3.9 points a game, but he can dish it. Hudson Hawes, open three. And down it goes. Team D3, Hudson Hawes, just like that, 3-0 Mustangs.
And so good getting him open. Double screen. Holmes had no chance. He was just getting hit one time after another to set up that open three for Hudson Hawes.
Eli Allred, they switch on him. He controls it. Johnson still guarding him, and Holbrook comes and gets it. Holbrook over to Holmes. Link guarded by Matthews. Holbrook and Holmes started as freshmen at Crimson Cliffs before transferring back to Desert Hills. So they know these guys real well. A lot of buddies out on the court tonight. Holbrook, good look at a wraparound reverse, but can't get it high enough off the window. And it's still 3-0 Mustangs. They've got the possession. Hawes out top. He'll get it to Bridger Jones, who puts it on a hard dribble to the baseline. He stepped out of bounds. Turnover, Mustangs, their first of the night.
It was a really good cut coming by Jordan Eaton, flashing weak side into the paint. But before that happened, accidentally stepped out of bounds for the turnover.
Again, this Desert Hills defense has not been their problem. It's been an inconsistent offense. That's why they have not won a region game yet. Coming off a loss Wednesday to Pineview, 52-42. The defense, again, holding the team to 52, but when you only score 42, that dog don't hunt. Ball tipped out of bounds. Turnbow puts it back in play to Holbrook. Holbrook, left-hand dribble, flips it to Olsen. Olsen holding, kick it out to Allred. Allred will size up a three. It's off the back iron, too strong. Rebound fought for, and it's stolen away. Turnbow with the steal. He averages one a game.
Great job. I love how tenacious Desert Hills is being early in this game. Just go grab the ball. And, you know, right before that possession, Coach Allred was flexing his muscles on the sideline saying, be strong with the ball, guys.
Olsen, a little baby hook. Got it, Eric Olsen, the DSU football commit, showing you a strong post play.
How about that? Smooth little baby hook with the touch by the big fella.
Dribble drive, kick out. Jones passes up the three. 3-2 our score. Mustangs lead by 1. Bridger Jones to the free throw line. Kicks back left wing, Matthews. Matthews looking inside. Houston Johnson kicks back out to Eaton. He'll hoist the three, not this time, and rebound Boston Holbrook.
And good job being strong. Olsen on Houston Johnson there, forcing the kick out to Eaton, who has a really high percentage shooting the three ball, but not that time.
Holbrook through the middle, turns around, nothing there, kick it back out to Turnbow, over to Holmes, and Holmes can't handle it, and Jordan Eaton takes it away. He wants to run, and a foul in the front court called on Lincoln Holmes, I believe.
And really smart foul, in my opinion. I don't know how purposeful it was, but to stop that before it was an easy transition bucket. And you could see Coach Allred's frustration, just not a good touch pass and not being ready for it on the other end for Desert Hills.
In the corner, it's Matthews. 4:56 left on the Nets on Fire clock here as we approach the halfway point of quarter number 1. Both teams one field goal. The difference, it was a 3-point field goal for the Mustangs, so they got the 1-point lead. Johnson, who is a threat to shoot it from out there, gives it back to Matthews, and he travels with the basketball.
And Desert Hills is playing defense, Devin, as you know, we were kind of calling for. They had to come out with intensity here at home on the defensive side of the ball. We expected it, and they're doing it. Created a couple of turnovers already here in the first quarter.
3 first quarter turnovers. Thunder yet to turn it over, and yet Desert Hills still down 1, but with possession here, a chance to take their first lead of the night. Allred handoff to Holbrook. On the weave, back to Holmes. Holmes puts it on a hard dribble. They strip it, and it goes out of bounds back to Crimson, and there is the first turnover of the night.
Holmes did a good job attacking into the paint, and just Crimson Cliffs really good with their hands swiping at the ball without fouling.
Still 3-2 on the We Win Injury Law scoreboard. Johnson thought about the three again, but gives it back to Jones. Now Eaton Hard drive, lost his bounce, kick out to Matthews in the corner. He'll put it on drive right to the middle, and it's stripped out of bounds, and it's last touch off of Matthews' knee, back to Desert Hills.
And that's the second great play by Eric Olson in this first quarter, where on a driver, he just puts his big hand on the ball and screws everything up, and it bounces off Matthews' leg there for a turnover. Great play by Olson.
Olson comes and gets it. Three-point line extended, now spins it to Holbrook. He'll dribble, kick, all red. Back to Olson. Olson to the wing to Holmes. Holmes trying to use an Olson screen. Wrap around kick to the corner. Back to Allred. Open look at a three. Got it. Eli Allred, team D3.
Way to go by Holmes there, kicking it to the corner, making the defense suck in, and then the extra pass for the open three. Great ball movement.
Young Eli Allred, just a sophomore, gives the Thunder their first lead of the night. It's 5-3. Matthews driving. Desert Hills student section chanting. And it is, what is it? I think we got a foul defensively down low on Eric Olson. His first. Team second. I don't think you mind that if you're Coach Allred.
No, Olson's been awesome. Bateman comes in for him, though.
Lob it into Eaton, guarded by Turnbow. And they're going to call traveling on Jordan Eaton. Turnbow was trying to take the charge.
Yeah, he was. I thought, if anything, it would be an offensive foul. Eaton hates the call, but Turnbow's made his life difficult here in this first quarter. He's given up a couple inches to him, but kind of power on power there. That's a fun matchup to watch.
Turnover number 5 for Crimson. 3 minutes exactly left in the first quarter. It's a low-scoring game, 5-3. Allred outside to Holbrook. Holbrook over to Holmes. Now Turnbow on the right wing. Three-point line extended. Back straight away to Allred. Swing it back to the left wing to Holbrook. Holbrook gives it up to Turnbow in the corner. Turnbow guarded by Hawes. Lost control. Looking for a pass. Gets it to Bateman, who just checked in for Eric Olson. And whip it back outside to Allred. Allred, stop, pop, mid-range J. Got it. Young Eli Allred again. He's got 5.
How pretty was that? Goodness. Eli.
I was calling him Craig Elo a couple weeks ago. He got a little bit of that game, and they called travel, and the Mustangs turn it over again.
Yeah, Coach Winters wants a TO. Something bizarre is going on offensively for Crimson Cliffs with all these turnovers.
30-second timeout, but we'll take it on the We Win scoreboard. 7-3 Thunder here in the first quarter.
Got a project at work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Stihl. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
Ideal Home and Paint. Ideal has all the top quality brands like PPG, Pratt & Lambert, and Cimarron floor epoxy coatings. Ideal has that. Check out their Paint Design Center, 4096 South River Road, or call 656-0801.
Hey, we're back. Thunderdome, 7-3. Eli Allred has 5 of the Thunder's 7, the only bucket so far. Hudson Hawes a triple for the Mustangs, and the problem and the reason for the timeout, 6 turnovers for the Mustangs. 2:18 to go. Desert Hills with possession. They throw a three-quarter court look out. They trap Holbrook. It's tipped, but it goes to Turnbow. He's hit on the head, and a whistle and a foul on Jordan Eaton.
And I like what Coach Winters has done. You know, out of a timeout, you've gotten punched in the stomach a little bit early in this game. Come out trapping in the half court, everything, and bring the fight to Desert Hills to get them out of sorts on offense. But just a little bit too aggressive there by Eaton with the slap on the head there.
Going to inbound in the backcourt to Holbrook. He'll jog it across the timeline. High screen. Holbrook's defender fell down. That's Bridger Jones. They switch nicely. Holbrook can't do anything with it, so kick out. Allred hoists the 3. This one won't fall. Rebound batted around, and we got an over-the-back call on Desert Hills on Austin Turnbow.
Yeah, and Jackson McCone comes in, their leading scorer off the bench for Crimson Cliffs.
And Landon Esplin will come in for Eli Allred. Esplin, a junior. He's a sniper, good three-point shooter. And a pretty long defender, too. And he'll guard the point guard, Bridger Jones. Throw it to the corner. Johnson, hard drive and can't finish, but a foul, and Johnson will head to the line. Good quick move on the baseline.
Excellent, showing off the quickness, and Bateman thought he got away with one, and then the late foul came after I think the ref saw the layup wasn't going to be made. He said, well, I'll give him the foul, and we'll see if Johnson can knock down a couple free throws from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line.
Fabulous Freddy's, feel it up, wash it down, save. Union Car always feeling fabulous. Johnson's first one is buttered smoothly through the net. Fabulous Freddy's Unlimited Car Wash Club starts at $20 a month. Wash your car unlimited. 2 Southern Utah locations, 1 more for Johnson. And this one he can't hit. 7-4 Thunder with the lead. Holbrook kicks it to Holmes on the right wing, sizes it up, but passes it to Bateman. And the ball is stolen away by Houston Johnson. He taps it out of the hand, and Haas goes and gets it. Haas flips it to Eaton. Eaton back to Jones. Jones on the perimeter, kicks to the corner to Eaton. Lob it in, low to McCone. McCone, baby hook, and he got it.
Very nice, and what an asset to have off the bench. McCone, you know, maybe undersized against some teams down in the post, but he's got the skill set. He showed it off right there.
His older brother, Marcus McCone, was a sniper for Desert Hills a few years back. Went on to play in the NWAC up in Washington State, a junior college. Funny, because Travis Matthews' older brother, Quincy Matthews, also was a star here at Desert Hills and then starred at Dixie State for a couple years. Kick down low, and Desert Hills will retain. Jaden Jensen checking in for the first time for Coach Winters. They'll go a little smaller as Johnson will check out. So it's Haas, Jones, McCone, Eaton, and Jensen. It's Esplin, Holbrook, Olsen, Holmes, and Turnbow right now for the Thunder. 50 seconds to go first quarter. Start, stop, and they got a whistle and a hand check foul. Going to go against Bridger Jones.
And Crimson's really locked it down defensively since that timeout and has created a couple of turnovers. We'll see if Desert Hills can get their first bucket in a bit here.
Holbrook whips it to Holmes. He'll go to a fadeaway. Got the English, count it. Wow. He took the bump and scored it. There is our Intermountain Sports Performance Star Watch player for the Thunder, Lincoln Holmes.
Beautiful left-handed pass on a bullet to the chest of Holmes, who does the rest. Really fancy left-handed flip-up layup there off the glass.
Speaking of older brothers, his brother, Peyton Holmes, was one of the stars last year. They got to play together last season.
That's right.
Hudson Haas' brother played for Dixie High School 5 or 6 years ago, and he was an awesome star in region basketball here in Southern Utah. So for the and one, Holmes to the free throw line. Link lets it fly, and he missed it. Rebound Matthews. 9-6 Desert Hills, 40 seconds left first quarter. Jake Wilkins into the game, and he's called for a foul, and that is foul number 5 on Desert Hills. They're getting close to the bonus here, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, you know, you don't want Crimson shooting a million free throws in the first half, but you also don't want to be giving up a bunch of transition buckets, and so far, mission accomplished on that in the first quarter for Desert Hills.
Here comes Jensen. Leaves it for McCone. McCone backdoor to Hawes. Doesn't see it. Goes back to Jensen. Jensen to the free throw line. Kicks it to Bridger Jones. Triple threat. Now dribble drive. Splits a defender. And it's going to be an offensive foul on Bridger Jones.
Wow. Incredible finish by Jones. But, you know, Desert Hills defensively has been so stout. And once again, Eric Olson makes another big play in the half court. Giving up his body, taking the charge, and creating the turnover.
Get Floored Construction, bringing you Region 10 basketball. Looking to remodel your existing home? Get Floored Construction can help. They got homes for sale. Get Floored, southernutah.com. Check it out. Got a beautiful house out in the fields right now for sale. Over 4,000 square feet, all the amenities. And Olsen has to go down and try to save it, and they're going to jump it up. Simply Wisdom Teeth jump ball. Don't want to jeopardize a jump ball, so make the smart choice, the simple choice. Simply Wisdom Teeth for getting your wisdom teeth removed. One low price, $8.99. With sedation at Simply Wisdom Teeth. Still a 3-point lead, low-scoring first quarter, but we're used to that with the Thunder.
Yeah, this is a huge win for Desert Hills, the pace of this game.
Holmes into the corner, finds Wilkins. He'll let it fly and hit it. Jake Wilkins, a triple, Team D3.
How about the Thunder executing a game plan beautifully, giving up 6 points in the first quarter to the high-octane Mustangs.
Second quarter, when we come back, it is 12-6, Thunder on top.
This is Tyler from We Win Injury Law. We win for you, period. If you have been in a motorcycle accident, car accident, hit by a semi-truck, or bitten by a dog, we will fight and win for you, period. Visit 435wewin.com to have me look at your case.
Simply Wisdom Teeth is all they do, and they always make it simple. With everyday pricing at just $899 for all 4 wisdom teeth removed, including sedation, they've got over 600 5-star Google reviews. For appointments, call 635-1243 or visit simplywisdomteeth.com.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
And here's Hudson Haas for the Mustangs. We're going to get a foul right away. And, it's going to be on McCone on the screen. We've seen a lot of that this year. Seems to be an emphasis on the perimeter. We'll see for our TV audience say, what? All right, Desert Hills ball. Here's Lincoln Holmes walking it up. Over to Allred, to Esplin, whipping it around. Wilkins, double D, had that 3 to end the first quarter.
Yeah, that was big, wasn't it? A huge 3. Let's see if they can get another one. Allred's hit 1. Wilkins has hit 1. Holmes very capable. His only bucket in the paint on an and 1 opportunity. Holmes has it now. Thunder by 6. This is a long possession. Shot clock could be in jeopardy right now. Holmes goes in, it's tipped away, tries to shoot it out of alley-oop, and it's going to be back to Crimson Cliffs. They say step out of bounds?
I guess. Looking at the replay here for our TV audience. Well defended. Oh, yeah. Calling a foul.
They called it on McCone.
Yeah, that's his second in a row. He had a screen foul the previous possession.
I was watching the underneath official. He just signaled the other way. That was confusing. Now Holmes goes to a drop step, tries to spin in the middle, and another foul called on the Mustangs.
He's good down there, and I think he needs more opportunities down with his back to the basket. I know, help side's going to come with a bigger guy, but for Desert Hills, I think getting Lincoln to the free throw line 10 times tonight would be a huge win.
First foul on Hudson Haas tonight. Holmes free throw good. And Link will have one more. Just a junior, Holmes, just a junior. And missed that one. So he splits the free throws. 13-6, 7-point lead. Largest of the game, though. Haas trying to change that, and down goes the 3. So Team tough. D3, Hudson Haas.
So tough. I mean, you're running back to recover in transition. He's going 100 miles an hour, stops on a dime, jumps back, and dead eyes a 3. Amazing.
Holmes already. He'll size up a 3. That won't fall, and it goes out of bounds back to Crimson.
This kind of key moment here for Desert Hills. They obviously don't want to get into a shootout with Crimson Cliffs. They want to keep it slow. But when Hudson Haas can make a play like that and knock down a 3 in transition, there's nothing you can do.
College coach is going to like that about Hudson Haas, too.
Absolutely.
Jensen hounded by Turnbow. He finds Class. Class drives in hard. It's a block and 1. Class gets it and 1.
Wow.
Class
nice play by Class.
He's not seen a lot of time. He is a senior. He's only scored 17 points the entire season, and a big bucket when the Mustangs needed it.
Yeah.
can't convert from the Fab Freddy's free throw line. So still a 2-point lead for the Thunder, 13-11. Holmes, knee-high dribble, gets it over to Holbrook. Holbrook puts it on a dribble drive, all the way in, muscles it up and scores. No, he can't score. I thought he had the N1 because he took the bump, but it fell off the window, off the rim, no good.
But he likes that matchup against Jensen, who, he's a bigger dude than by quite a bit, and just kind of muscles him, gets him on his hip, and just missed the shot for an N1, but I like him going to the basket there.
Holbrook, though, missing the free throw. One more for Holbrook. And Holbrook this year from the free throw line, 76%, but he misses them both.
And they're going to get Eric Olson on a foul, going up fighting for that rebound.
1 for 4 from the line for the Thunder. And that'll be bonus time for Johnson as they walk it down for free throws for the Mustangs. Chance to tie this game if he can make them both. And that's 2 on Eric Olson, so he's going to take a seat. Here comes Bateman back into the game. Jensen will check out. Eaton, Matthews, Johnson, Class, and Hawes. Front end missed it. Ahead to Holmes. Holmes to Holbrook. Hard bounce back to Holmes. Holmes challenging and blocked away, but there comes the tornado Turnbow for the offensive rebound.
Out of nowhere, flying through the lane to save that one.
Holmes to Turnbow. You got to love the way Turnbow plays the game. And chance for second chance points here for the Thunder. They lead by 2, 13-11 on the We Win Injury Law scoreboard. They will win for you, period. If you've been injured, go to 435wewin.com. Holmes back to Turnbow, looking for the skip to the corner, and Turnbow might have caught that, but that's because he's a receiver on the football field. That was a high pass from the quarterback.
Yeah, skip pass, just a little high out of bounds.
Kind of a good idea, just sailed on him. This packed house tonight, watching Bridger Jones get back door. They call a foul on Allred. They say he hit him on the head, and more free throws coming for the Mustangs. Pace has slowed a little bit here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think that's a great defensive attempt there by Allred. Got a ton of ball, but I think the ref explained it, and I think he was probably right. Grazed the head a little bit. And I like how well Desert Hills has been defending the rim tonight. Not a lot of easy buckets off the glass for Crimson.
Jones makes it a 1-point game from the line. Chance to tie it with his second free throw, and he does. Bridger Jones' first points of the night. 7-0 run to start this second quarter. Holmes trying to change that. 3 won't go. Rebound, Travis Matthews. I like the clothing line of Travis Matthews, golf apparel. And I like the rebound by Travis Matthews of the Mustangs. Now Hawes shaking, bacon, and kicking. Jones, extra pass Matthews. He wants to drive, spin move. It's stripped away, and here comes the Thunder. Eli Allred racing ahead. Crimson gets back defensively. Holbrook to the wing to Turnbow. Looks to low to Bateman. Bateman turns, faces, goes to the middle, up and under, and kicks it back out. I like to see Bateman shoot that shot, but he does not. I want to challenge Houston Johnson. Tied at 13, 4 minutes, 33 seconds left on the Nets on fire clock. Step back, deep 2, Holmes left it short. And a whistle and a reach-in foul on Bateman, and now Bateman has
free throws.
Got 2 fouls, and I don't think that's a foul Coach Allred wants Bateman picking up.
Man, great effort there on that play by Lincoln Holmes, going away from the screen, behind the back, step-back jumper. We see the foul for our TV audience there, trying to reach in and snag one away from Houston. Unfortunately for Desert Hills, they're in the bonus and will be for the next 4 minutes and change here.
Free throw good. One more coming for Johnson. Second free throw. That one's good as well. And Crimson has their first lead since it was 3-0. Well, 3-2. Back early moments of this game. An thievery by Hudson Haws. He'll lean into the defender and score it. Smart, heady play.
Awesome. Just coming blindside, ripping it away and going for two. Great job by Hudson.
He's got a game-high 8 points tonight. And that steal now driving in Holmes. Batted out of bounds, and last touch by Matthews.
Ooh, what defense by Matthews to take that contact. That Lincoln trying to play some bully ball, but Matthews had just enough length here. Great block.
Inbound to Holbrook. 17-13, Mustangs have 4-point lead. Inside Bateman, what a pass by Holbrook.
Holbrook's had a couple of those tonight. Just a little window you give him, he'll fling it inside for an easy two.
Leads the team in assists, a little over 3 a game, and Holbrook picking up a nice dime. Thunder needed that bucket. That's their first bucket in 4 minutes of the second quarter. Haws, 3, no. Rebound, Bateman on the deck to get it. Needs a timeout or some help, and finally gets a timeout taken from the bench. Timeout brought to you by the Scott Gitson Team Intercap Lending. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. Good one going on right now with 3:30 left in the first half. 17-15. Mustangs lead the Thunder on ESPN
project
Radio.
At work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Stihl. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
Ideal Home and Paint. Ideal has all the top quality brands like PPG, Pratt & Lambert, and Cimarron floor epoxy coatings. Ideal has that. Check out their paint design center, 4096 South River Road, or call 656-0801.
House here tonight at Desert Hills High School. Defensive battle, to say the least. 17-15, 3:30 left first half. Momentum still there for either team to grab going into the break. Thunder with the basketball. Get it over to Holbrook. Holbrook drives, tries to kick. It's deflected, goes to Allred. Now to Turnbow. Turnbow gives it to Holmes, now to Holbrook. He wants the 3. Straight away, no. Rebound, fought for, and they jump it up real quickly as Houston Johnson and Bateman tie it up.
Yeah, good look by Boston. Holbrook there for Desert Hills after some good ball movement inside out. Just couldn't knock it down as we get a look here for our TV audience on the foul, fighting over it. Been a good game down in the trenches. Great effort by Johnson, Bateman, Olsen. They're fighting tonight, no doubt about it. They're getting on the floor. It's been a scrappy one so far.
Ethan Bateman has got a lot of responsibility against some of the really talented bigs in Region 10. And him and Houston Johnson, that battle is intriguing to me tonight. They both had pretty solid performances so far. Bateman coming off the bench tonight. Holmes to Allred. Under 3 to play in the first half. Now over to Turnbow. Turnbow puts it on a drive. Bad idea as he throws it away. Johnson grabs it. He almost travels, leaves it though for Haws. Haws crossing over on Holbrook. And a bump foul on Boston Holbrook.
Yeah, it's tough. Turnbow just trying to make something happen and just didn't have the angle to get that ball in, and then on the other side of the floor, any bump, any foul means free throws for Crimson.
There is not much seating. Look at the crowd up by us. I mean, we got 30, 40 people just standing here. There is some seats, so they got to go squeeze in the middle of the court. Not room for your whole posse, right? So you got to stay up by the radio guys tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. Got to stay with your crew.
Haws missing 1, but making the second. Lead is 3. Haws has 9. Holbrook trying to give and go, and a turnover by the Thunder. Something they've done pretty good with, but now coughing it up a couple times.
Yeah, 2 possessions in a row. They don't call the flop there.
Allred, cross-court, Wilkins, and Wilkins lost the handle, goes and gets it, tries to pass it out of traffic. It's last touched by the Mustangs. It'll stay with Desert Hills.
It's been 3 possessions in a row for Desert Hills where they're trying to get past the ball down close, to the block, and it's been a turnover twice, and then that time, luckily for D Hills, it goes out off the Mustangs, but they've got to figure out a way to get some clean passes off going towards the basket.
By the way, Eli Allred is not Chris Allred's son, it's his nephew. And Eli's dad, as there's a foul in the court on the Mustangs, is the volleyball coach here at Desert Hills. Holbrook to the line.
Going to the basket, I like that. I like Lincoln going to the basket for Desert Hills. Even if you're not going to be able to score against this really good Crimson defense, at least get to the free throw line and pound it out a little bit here.
You wouldn't realize if you've been watching that one team is winless in the region, the other is undefeated, because it's been tight all night.
Yeah.
Nobody's led by more than 6. 1-point game, 18-17. Outside, Johnson kicks to Jensen. He'll hoist from the corner. The 3 won't go. Rebound, Wilkins. Boston Holbrook kicks it over to Allred. He'll take the 3. 2 strong back iron. Allred goes and gets it from his teammate Bateman. Now Allred will jackknife up a mid-range J, and he got the friendly bounce.
Man, he wanted that ball, didn't he? Misses the 3, rips it away from his own guy, then kind of forces up a tough shot, but pays off. Great determination there.
19-18, Thunder lead by 1. Foul will go on Allred, and Jensen will head to the line. A little bit of foul trouble stacking up. A lot of guys have 2. Only a minute 35 left first half. Jensen free throw, got it. We're tied again.
And, it's kind of the balance that I'm sure Coach Allred's trying to strike with his defense. We don't want these guys to get up in the 60s on us. In order to do that, we've got to foul them out. They're going to go to the line, but the pace of play and the flow of their offense is going to be disrupted by all these fouls we're committing. And then so far, that strategy's worked. I mean, both teams have fouled a bunch, but, Desert Hills is keeping Crimson well below their pace of scoring.
Holbrook drives hard, misses the baseline jumper, kick out Wilkins. He'll take the 3. That won't go. Took a look down and popped back out. Nice rebound by Johnson. Mustangs up by 1, 20-19 on the We Win scoreboard, but it goes right through the hands, out of bounds. Turnover Mustangs.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
I have them for 8 unofficially.
Yeah, Travis Matthews just went through his hands there. Desert Hills has had some open 3s. They're not a 3-point shooting team, but when you're at home and you're that open, you got to knock down a couple of them. And so far, or at least the last several possessions, they haven't been able to.
Holmes kick it over to Wilkins. Wilkins in one bounce, and Allred. Allred drives right to the middle. They collapse on him. They'll kick out to Wilkins. He'll drive hard. A little mid-range J, and it won't go. Bateman knocks it out of bounds, and it'll be back to Crimson.
Yeah. Another tough shot there for Desert Hills. Wilkins kind of got caught in between. Didn't want to take the open 3 because he just missed, drived instead, and just missed a tough shot.
So they can hold for 1 here. Mustangs with possession up 20-19. Clock down to 25. They don't need to wait. They'll go in. Blocked away. Johnson put back. No. Here comes Wilkins out of the pack. He'll kick it to Allred. He'll set up for the 3 and let it fly and bury it. Eli Allred, a Team D3.
What a big-time moment there for Desert Hills. Bateman with the swat and then the push ahead. You could feel the energy flowing through Allred when he put that one up.
Steal by Holmes. Ball loose. And they call a foul on Lincoln Holmes on a reach-in with 1.3 seconds left on the clock. And Desert Hills leading by 2.
Man, what a play. We'll see if Houston Johnson can tie it up here, but what a block by Bateman. And look ahead, in rhythm, dagger.
Free throw up and in. Or excuse me, falls off, no good. And it is 22-20. Johnson for 1 more, and he got that one. And that'll do it. Shot won't fall. What a half, AT.
How about Desert Hills coming in with no wins in region, but with a game plan, and they've executed it beautifully here in the first half. What a defensive effort to keep Crimson Cliffs to 21 in one half of play. Remarkable.
Info West halftime show coming up after this 60-second timeout. 22-21 Thunder lead at the break.
This is Tyler from We Win Injury Law. We win for you, period. If you have been in a motorcycle accident, car accident, hit by a semi-truck, or bitten by a dog, we will fight and win for you, period. Visit 435wewin.com to have me look at your case.
Simply Wisdom Teeth is all they do, and they always make it simple. With everyday pricing at just $899 for all 4 wisdom teeth removed, including sedation, they've got over 600 5-star Google reviews. For appointments, call 635-1243 or visit simplywisdomteeth.com.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Back live here at the Thunderdome. Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson with you here on your Region 10 Radio Network. 22-21. Desert Hills with the lead. The Internet People InfoWest, longtime sponsor of high school hoops. Love our partnership. They're always on, always reliable, always dependable, and you can always count on the Internet People at InfoWest. Andy, trying to summarize in an entertaining first half we just saw.
It was excellent. There were a lot of fouls. There was a lot of turnovers, but it was a intense, physical first half, which is exactly what Desert Hills wanted to do. Crimson Cliffs matched their physicality there in the second quarter after a huddle up with Coach Winters and really picked up their defense. The question is, can Desert Hills keep the offensive production going? They had a huge 3 there near the end of the first half by Allred to give them the lead. And everybody's playing aggressive. They're in the zone. You can tell Desert Hills is coming into this game locked in, and Coach Allred's got to be thrilled with the effort so far.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We're watching the Tempest line. Tempest line was pretty much flawless up at the region drill. Problem was Dixie was flawless, and they were first and second with the Jetettes winning back on Wednesday. And now February 3rd, 4th, 5th is the state drill competition up at Utah Valley. And you'll have to settle it between the two Region 10. And Snow Canyon, by the way, at Region Drill took third. They did a nice job, too, the other night. So a little surfs up, a little fun action here. Andy, what do you think of this is their character and show performance?
Oh, absolutely tremendous. I mean, this is amazing. They put on a show every time here at the Thunderdome. And, they've still got state championship aspirations.
And while they're performing for you, let's run down the stats brought to you by Wilkinson's. Wilkinson's. A unique place to shop. Lights, fans, home decor, so much more. Homeowners, contractors always count on Wilkinson's. Light it up, Region 10, from your friends at Wilkinson's. Of course, not a lot of scoring, but 2 guys kind of stood out. Hudson Haas, 9 points to pace the Mustangs. He's the only guy that had multiple field goals in the first half. And then Eli Allred had 10 points at the half. And there was no other player that had a multiple field goal for Desert Hills. Those 2 guys did the heavy lifting in that first half.
Yes, it was a smash mouth game, and looking forward to seeing if we can keep up that type of energy in the second half. Allred is, one of the guys that we were talking about in the pregame show who is just a true basketball player. He's got so much skill on the perimeter going towards the basket. And when he's open and it's a catch-and-shoot situation, he's going to knock it down. And, for Desert Hills, you're hoping he can keep that up as kind of being the man tonight. Lincoln Holmes is doing a great job driving and distributing, but there's so many eyes on him at all times. He needs kind of a co-host to flip the ball over to who's open after he's drawn all the attention to him and making shots. And I think Allred's a perfect candidate to take that over.
T-Line still performing here at the half, 22-21. We'll take a timeout, 60-second timeout. When we come back, Andy, we got to get everybody some Hearst Ace Hardware score updates from the other 2 region games, and then we'll continue to break down this matchup. We'll talk about some of the second half adjustments and more. At the half right now, it is 22-21. Desert Hills trying to win for the first time this year. And we'll be right back after this on your Region 10 Radio Network for more Info West Halftime Show.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Right now is the time to improve and get ready for the upcoming basketball season. And the best facility with brand new floors and top-notch training is at Nets on Fire inside the Be More Complex. Get small group training with elite coaches. It's time to improve your game. Just visit netsonfire.org.
The real estate market in Southern Utah is booming. Before you sell, talk to a Red Rock real estate agent to see what your home is worth. You may be surprised. If you're looking to buy a home, check out all their listings at redrockrealestate.com. Voted the best real estate company in Southern Utah 2 years in a row. Red Rock Real Estate.
Welcome back. Info West Halftime Show rolls on. Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson, 22-21. Thunder lead the Mustangs at the break. And Andy, let's talk about some of the scores from around region, and do we have some updates?
Yeah, absolutely. Hearst Ace Hardware updates. Hurricane 27-25. They're on top. I'm trying to figure out where in the game that is.
It's halftime.
Halftime, okay.
Yep.
And 40-30. Last I saw, Cedar was ahead in quarter number 3 over Snow Canyon.
Yeah, and I you said it earlier. That's a tough place to go play. When you're unbeaten, a little pressure, you know. So right now, honestly, expect the unexpected, because who knows what's going to happen in the second half.
Absolutely, yeah. Cedar, how much pressure on Snow Canyon. You know, you think about a team like that, and, you know, the big question is always, do you want to go the whole season into the playoffs unbeaten, or do you want to have at least or just one loss to kind of regroup from? I'm sure if you ask Coach Jimmy said, give me a break. We want to win the dang game, and we'll see if they can come out and do that in the second half.
No questions. Hearst Ace Hardware update. So at the half, Hurricane leading Pineview, Cedar on top of Snow Canyon, and Desert Hills on top of Crimson. But it's a tight one here at the Thunderdome, 22-21. We'll take another 60-second timeout. More of the Info West Halftime Show. We'll talk second half adjustments when we come back on your Region 10 Radio Network inside our Ideal Home and Paint Game of the Week.
This is Tyler from We Win Injury Law. We win for you, period. If you have been in a motorcycle accident, car accident, hit by a semi-truck, or bitten by a dog, we will fight and win for you, period. Visit 435wewin.com to have me look at your case.
Simply Wisdom Teeth is all they do, and they always make it simple. With everyday pricing at just $899 for all 4 wisdom teeth removed, including sedation, they've got over 600 5-star Google reviews. For appointments, call 635-1243 or visit simplywisdomteeth.com.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Back with you here at Desert Hills High School. Devin and Andy, defensive slugfest. And neither team has come back out on the floor just yet. They got a little shoot for cash going. So we're going to have a little bit more extended Info West halftime. I want to go back to those other scores for just a second, get your reaction. As, Snow Canyon 16-0, down 10 right now.
Yeah. Surprising that, you might anticipate, okay, up in Cedar, the Reds are going to bring it, and they're going to be a close game, especially coming off how well they played against Crimson Cliffs. But 10 points in the third quarter, that's surprising. And a little bit of worry, I'm sure, for Snow Canyon fans right now, but heck, they can turn it on at any point. So yeah, a little surprise there.
We'll see how it all plays out. Let's check the highlights from the first half. Forgot about our highlights, AT. Highlights tonight. And early on, Mr. Hudson Haws, he's got 9 at the break. That was the opening bucket of the game. Inside Eric Olson, pretty little baby hook. And then young Eli, 3 of his 10.
Yeah, Eli Allred was a stud. You know, Eric Olson was a stud on both. He made some great defensive plays in that first half. As you see Eli Allred come up, knock down a little jumper. Jackson McCone with a little flip up there in the post. He's so key for them off the bench. Holmes with, he didn't have a ton of points in that first half, but that was a pretty shot. And then the finish there, but the offensive foul, whatever it was. And there's a key 3 by Jake Wilkins to end the quarter.
Yeah, that made it 12-6 at the quarter, but Hudson Haws, another Team D3, he's all smiles. And then a nifty little move by Class.
Yeah.
And 1. And then look at this thievery, and Haws knows what to do. Look at him shield with the body and lay it home.
Yeah, he is so dynamic in all phases of the game and so chill the whole time, always with a smile on his face. There's a beautiful pass by Boston Holbrook for 2.
Young Eli Allred right there, little mid-range J. After he'd missed the 3 and they got an offensive possession, and Jake Wilkins running, finding Allred, spots up.
Bingo.
Flashes of good offense. And again, all these players played JV last year, except for Lincoln Holmes, because you had Mason Landick running the show, and Justin Judkins, and Reggie Newby, and all the stars that this team had.
Right.
And they just still have to win with defense right now, but you're seeing flashes of the offense coming alive, especially from the sophomore Eli Allred.
Yeah, he was tremendous, needs to keep it up. It might just be kind of his game to go off here and score 20 points or something like that. He's on pace to do so. I was just really impressed by Desert Hills here at home in all phases. I mean, they kept up the intensity through 2 quarters all the way around. Everybody was committed. They were jumping on the floor after the ball. Defensively, they were taking charges, blocking shots at the rim. Just if they keep that energy up, there's no reason to think they might be able to pull off this upset.
By the way, Landick does have a younger brother that played really good in the JV game tonight. He's just a sophomore. He'll probably be an integral part of the varsity next 2 years. And then, of course, last year's team had guys like Vandermeid and Keegan Mutson and Peyton Holmes. I mean, that was just a really talented group. And half-court shot goes for some cash, and Desert Hills storming the court from a few students. They're hoping they can storm the court again later on at the end of this game. At the half, it's 22-21. Desert Hills on top by 1 over Crimson Cliffs. Let's dive into adjustments here, Andy. Start with the Mustangs. I mean, you're down 1 on the road. There's no panic right now. The turnovers were really high in that first quarter especially.
Yeah, I think that is the number one thing in the half court. And, you want to say, I'm sure Coach Winters is saying run, like he always does. Get the ball and go, push. But Desert Hills is fouling them. They're fouling them in transition, which I think is smart. It meant free throws, but it also meant some missed free throws and not giving up easy buckets in transition. So we'll see if Desert Hills keeps that up, or if Crimson Cliffs can get going a little bit more in transition, because Desert Hills is really clogging it up in the half court. They're making it tough. I mean, Jordan Eaton is having to battle down there, whether it's against Olson or Turnbow. They're putting a lot of push and shove on him. It's making it difficult, and obviously all eyes are on Hudson Haws. He's going to get his regardless of what you do, but they're making it tough on everybody.
If there's one thing you would have stressed with your guys if you're Coach Winters, what was that one thing?
You got to match their intensity, and I think that's what he did say when he called that timeout, and they came out and were at it defensively, made it really hard on Desert Hills and created some turnovers and easy buckets. Haws got a rip away in a transition bucket, but it's like right now they're going to have the crowd. They've got the chip on their shoulder. You guys are undefeated, but you can't be complacent. You got to come out with a bigger chip on your shoulder in order to come out with a victory tonight in a hostile environment.
One thing real quick before we take a final break from Coach Allred, what would you tell your guys?
Keep punching them in the mouth. Go grab all these football players by the collar and say, make this a football game, make it dirty, get on the deck, and let's keep it up. You're doing great.
All right, 60-second timeout. Second half when we come back, 22-21. This has been the InfoWest Halftime Show, brought to you by the Internet people at InfoWest. Second half starts right after this.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Right now is the time to improve and get ready for the upcoming basketball season. And the best facility with brand new floors and top-notch training is at Nets on Fire inside the Be More Complex. Get small group training with elite coaches. It's time to improve your game. Just visit netsonfire.org.
The real estate market in Southern Utah is booming. Before you sell, talk to a Red Rock real estate agent to see what your home is worth. You may be surprised. If you're looking to buy a home, check out all their listings at redrockrealestate.com. Voted the best real estate company in Southern Utah 2 years in a row. Red Rock Real Estate.
Hey, exciting news, Southern Utah, as we welcome you back to Desert Hills. March 5th. Mark your calendar, Andy. You're working. I'm working. We're going to be hosting the 97.7 ESPN All-Star Game. We're going to have a boys and girls All-Star team from Region 10 take on a Northern All-Star team from up north. Slam dunk, three-point shootout. Going to be a lot of fun. Saturday, March 5th.
Amazing. That is exciting.
Yeah. Teaming up with our friends at Desert Sports Management and raising awareness for teen suicide prevention. It's going to be awesome. We want all the fans of every team in the region to come and enjoy that game. It'll be at Dixie High School. You just get your tickets at the door and just mark your calendar. All-Star Game, Saturday, March 5th. Let's go play some second-half basketball. And we are underway. And Hawes gets it into Jones, gets it back, wants to shoot it up, and he does, and he missed it. Offensive rebound, and a good one by Johnson. Houston Johnson's playing excellent basketball tonight. Not scoring a lot yet, but he has been good in the low block, defensively altering shots, grabbing rebounds. Hawes, another shot, three, rattles out, no good. He thought he was hit on the arm, no call. Johnson, another rebound, put back, that won't go, and finally Eric Orson clears the rebound.
Yeah, it was a strong closeout there by Holmes, and yeah, Hawes said, I don't think I had a place to land either.
And now a travel called on Desert Hills and a turnover. I lost my pen. I have that for turnover number 6 for the Thunder by my count, which is a pretty good number.
Yeah.
That's unofficial, of course. Johnson wants to take the straightaway three, missed it, rebound, fought forward. Jordan Eaton grabs it, he'll jump it up. He left that short. Eli Allred with the rebound.
Tough shot. Eaton's so good on the offensive glass and so strong is. See what the call is here.
We're going to reach-in call, I think. No, they got an offensive foul going against Austin Turnbow.
Yeah, I think Hawes jumped in, deflected it away cleanly, and then Turnbow just got the foul there, reaching in.
Glad you're with us tonight on 97.7 ESPN or watching this game on sportsradio977.com. In fact, you can watch the other two games, how they finish up, toggle back and forth as Jordan Eaton knocks down a mid-range J.
Love his mid-range game, and he made the adjustment on that one, put a little more arc on it, a little deeper, nothing but net.
And Eaton didn't score in the first half, so that's a big bucket to get him going. Came in averaging 11.8 points a game. Olsen out top, gets it to Holbrook. Holbrook drives to the free throw line, spins it back out to Holmes. Into Olsen. Olsen, pump fake. And they call an offensive foul. And Johnson just in good position. Not a ton of contact there, but enough to draw the whistle.
Absorbed the, Olsen put his shoulder into him a little bit. We'll see here on the
tough call.
Replay.
That's a tough call. There was contact, though. 23-22 Mustangs. They're looking for more, up by 1. Hawes with it. Goes to Johnson. Jones clears through the lane. Johnson kicks back out to Eaton. Eaton drives in and scores it over Turnbow. Turnbow's giving up too much size.
Yeah, Eaton asserting himself. That was a matchup. Turnbow held his own in the first half, but Eaton just going right at him here.
Timeout taken by Coach Allred. A little 4-0 run to start the second half. And our timeouts all season long brought to you by the Scott Gibson team at Intercap Lending. They don't match the rates or the fees. With equity in your home, see how much you can save by refinancing, locking in a lower interest rate, getting rid of your mortgage insurance, all those things. Call or text Scott Gibson at Intercap Lending to learn more. Andy, Coach Winters had his team's attention at the break, it looks like.
He did, yeah. They're playing intense. They're going right at Desert Hills. And I think a smart, quick timeout by Coach Allred to reset before they extend their lead anymore. Just 3 points right now. Crimson Cliffs with the lead.
Checking on the Jazz game tonight, Andy. We felt like the Jazz had to win tonight against Detroit, get off that losing streak, and they're up 8 at the half, 60-52. Remember, this weekend we'll have Dixie State basketball tomorrow night after the Bengals and the Titans game at 7 o'clock tip for the Blazers at home tomorrow night against UTRGV. And then we'll have both games for you on Sunday. Holbrook throws it to Holmes, but it goes to Allred, and it's tipped out of bounds by Matthews. A little discombobulated by Desert Hills.
Yes, and I think Desert Hills has got to be ready to catch and pass and just to defeat that half-court trap before it gets there.
Mustang student section making some noise now, get some defense chance going. Desert Hills students countering with offense. Holbrook in trouble. He tries to feed it down to Bateman. Bateman has to go down to his knees. It's a jump ball. It'll be with Desert Hills.
Crimson Cliffs doing a great job. They're in every passing lane. They're contesting everything. And they've upped their intensity for sure here in the second half.
Inbound to Holbrook. 5:20 to go, 25-22 on the We Win scoreboard. High school basketball brought to you by Get Floored Construction. GetFlooredSouthernUtah.com. They got home for sale or remodel your existing home. Holbrook, spin move, nothing there. Next year, we'll be talking about the shot clocks winding down. Right now, though, Thunder can just work the half-court set. If you missed that news, next winter, Utah, every classification getting the 35-second shot clock. Driving in hard. Holmes scores it and one. Oh, no, they called an offensive foul on Lincoln Holmes. Wiped the bucket away. I got to see that one again, AT.
Yeah, Holmes going hard, made a acrobatic shot.
He's moving. He's moving there.
Against Jones.
Yeah, that was a tough call against Link. Jones was kind of sliding in. I don't think he was set long enough, but the officials thought so, and that's all that matters. 25-22. And that goes down as a turnover on the Thunder. Were you with me the game? Was it the Abilene Christian game or the Tarleton State game when Dixie State had the other team take 8 charges that night? You weren't there that night. Shot up and good, and that was Jordan Eaton. He's got 6, all 6 of the second half points for the Mustangs.
He's a stud, and he's just a perfect player for Coach Casey Winters, how tough he is, and, both sides of the floor, ripping rebounds, mid-range game, fun kid to coach, I'm sure.
Holmes to Esplin. Back to Holbrook. Where does the scoring come from? Right now, for the Thunder, Holbrook trying to take over. Spin move, and it won't fall. Rebound tipped away from Hawes. Holbrook dives and gets it, saves it to Holmes. Inside, Allred off the window, got it. That was a big bucket for the Thunder.
Amazing effort to go totally horizontal on the deck, getting it without traveling and making the play. Holbrook is so good at making those moves and getting himself open, and he just hasn't been able to get those to go down very much tonight.
Got good moves, just can't finish. Bridger Jones, though, finishing right there. But Holbrook's got to keep shooting it, though. He's getting good looks.
Pace of play for Crimson Cliffs. Their offensive possessions are, about 4 times shorter than Desert Hills, and Desert Hills has got to figure out a way to get back in those passing lanes and making it tougher on the Mustangs.
Holmes 3, back iron too strong, got his own miss, kicks to Esplin. Esplin will line up the 3. That won't go. Rebound controlled by Lincoln Holmes. He'll give it to Bateman. Thunder can reset a little bit. Link to Holbrook. Kick back to Link, he'll hoist. And hit, Team D3, Lincoln Holmes.
Yeah, those penetrating kick threes, Holmes hasn't had enough of those tonight. He's had some three-point attempts off the dribble, but Holbrook can create and get the double team to come to him and then kick it, and Holmes is a great three-point shooter.
Holmes had just 3 at the half. Now he's got 6, and it's out of bounds off of Crimson, and Desert Hills will take over. Mustangs still clinging to a 29-27 lead on the We Win injury loss scoreboard. 2:39 left here in the third quarter on the Nets on Fire clock. That was a good one when these two teams lace them up and go toe-to-toe. Ball nearly lost, but Holbrook collects it. Turnbow with it now. Kicks to Bateman. Holbrook has it poked away. He lets it go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Thunder. Great atmosphere for high school basketball tonight in Region 10.
Yeah, I mean, both student
you didn't play in front of
tremendous.
gyms like this when you were in high school, did you?
No, heavens no.
Did you even play you play high school hoops?
No.
You did too. Holbrook stops, lets everybody clear, and then this time he gets the friendly bounce.
Way to go. Good look inside. We got a tie ball game.
That's his first field goal of the night. McCone sizing up a jumper. That goes down, and it is a three. It was just behind the line.
Good shots. And the pace of play up again.
32-29, Crimson leads on a Team D3 from McCone. Holbrook drives the middle, stops, pops, and hits another bucket.
And he can get to that spot, and it's starting to pay off for him. 2 buckets in a row for Boston.
Getting to the middle of the floor and making the Mustangs defense pay a little bit, but Crimson trying to answer here. Travis Matthews with the basketball. Guarded by Esplin, lob it in high. Bateman steals it away. He stepped out of bounds, so as he came down, the heel of his foot was certainly on the black baseline.
Bateman and Olsen have been excellent defensively, both deflecting passes and getting their hands in on guys driving into the lane and pulling the ball away. That time, Bateman just couldn't keep his foot in bounds.
And it goes to McCone. McCone backing his way down, goes to the middle of the key, falls down, and they're going to call a push foul on Jake Wilkins. You know, Wilkins was hurt early in the season. No. They called that on Landon Esplin. I apologize. Jensen inbound. And they get it into Eaton. Eaton wants to go to work. Nothing there. Kick to Hawes. Hawes head fake. Guarded by Holmes. And he's trapped in the corner. He's lost his dribble. And he gets it out to McCone. Through his legs to Matthews. That's a travel or a charge. Take your pick. And Desert Hills will have it back. That defense. They're not stopping playing defense tonight.
Yeah, it was amazing. Hawes was able to sneak that ball through against that trap.
It was... Well, that's the kind of player Hudson Hawes is. Looked like he had nowhere to go, nothing to do.
Yeah.
He saved the possession. They need more of his scoring, though. Eaton's had to pick up his scoring in the second half, but if Hawes can come alive, it might really help Crimson. Holbrook's trying to turn around this scenario with the Thunder down, and that spin move was pretty, but he couldn't finish. 32-31, 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Crimson up by a point with the ball. Jensen kick out to Matthews. Matthews over to Eaton. Overplayed by Turnbow. Eaton bumps into Wilkins. Goes to Hawes. McCone thought about it. Instead, Matthews will let the three fly, and he missed it. And it's a nice closeout with his front to Eaton by Turnbow. Here's Lincoln. He's got 20 seconds. He'll back it back out. Holmes wants to use a little clock hold for the shot. Crimson students chanting defense, 11 to go. Here's Holbrook with it out top. Now down to 8. Goes to Turnbow. Hand off to Holbrook. Holbrook guarded by Eaton. Over to Turnbow. Turnbow back to Holmes. He's got to shoot it in traffic, and he can't get it to go off the front iron as the horn ends. And Crimson outscores the Thunder by 2 in the third period on the We Win scoreboard, 32-31. Mustangs on top of the Thunder on ESPN Radio. We'll be right back.
This is Tyler from We Win Injury Law. We win for you, period. If you have been in a motorcycle accident, car accident, hit by a semi-truck, or bitten by a dog, we will fight and win for you, period. Visit 435wewin.com to have me look at your case.
Simply Wisdom Teeth is all they do, and they always make it simple. With everyday pricing at just $899 for all 4 wisdom teeth removed, including sedation, they've got over 600 5-star Google reviews. For appointments, call 635-1243 or visit simplywisdomteeth.com.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
And, I can't really, I don't expect this game to be anything different right down the stretch. I mean, Desert Hills isn't relenting. They're huge underdogs tonight. But, I thought the third quarter, okay, maybe the Mustangs would come out and run away from them a little bit. Not the case. I mean, it just seems kind of like that night for Desert Hills where they're going to keep it close against their, big rival Crimson Cliffs here on their home court.
2 minutes left. Cedar leads Snow Canyon 57-45. And I think that game just went final. And Cedar beat Snow Canyon by a final of 15 points tonight.
Amazing.
So Snow Canyon no longer unbeaten as Jensen knocks down a straightaway Team D3.
Big shot, Jaden Jensen.
Selection, quality, price, you get it all. 488 East St. George Boulevard, Team D Auto Sales. Go see Jason and Parker. Tell them the boys at ESPN sent you over there for a deal on a car. Holmes, hard drive, trying to get the window. No, won't fall, but he'll head to the line for two.
And, Holmes, you'd like to see him get more catch-and-shoot three-point attempts, but in a situation like this in a game in the fourth quarter, sometimes you just got to put your head down and get to the free throw line, and that's what he did there.
Holmes, free throw, got it. He was just 1 for 3 from the line, or 1 for 4. And that one goes. And that one goes too. So a couple big ones. He's got 8 tonight. Still below his average of 15. 35-33 Mustangs here at the Thunderdome. 7:20 to play on the Nets on Fire clock. We got training packages. We got a nice combo package with Intermountain Sports Performance and basketball-specific training. Check it out, netsonfire.org. McCone in the corner to Jensen. He wants another one. And he got another one. Jaden Jensen from downtown.
Wow, how about the X factor in this one so far? Jensen in the fourth quarter with 2 big threes.
7-minute mark. Mark those 2 threes by Jensen down his potential AWP Playmaker Play of the game. So they got the Spirit chance going back and forth between the student section. I love it tonight. It's electric in here. 5-point lead for the Mustangs. Holbrook spins, double team comes, open in the corner, Esplin, he'll let the 3 fly, and Landon Esplin hits it from the corner pocket.
Big time shot, and there was a huge closeout coming from McCone, and he knocked it down right in front of him.
There's another potential Playmaker Play of the game from our friends at AWP, because the momentum had started to shift, and then Esplin buries that. Back to a 2-point game, Eaton with it, guarded by Turnbow, and they call a foul on Turnbow. Tough assignment tonight for Austin Turnbow.
Absolutely, and what a night in Region 10. You've got, Snow Canyon undefeated in overall and in region going and losing on the road. You've got Crimson Cliffs undefeated in region on the ropes here tonight against Desert Hills, and amazing.
Yeah, fun stuff. Jensen, 2-guard action with Jones. Got Eaton on the left. Jones handoff. Jensen, spin, kick out, Bridger with it now. Help comes. Now Jackson McCone trying to split through a double team and a whistle and a foul. On the floor, not on the shot, says the official. Don't underestimate the defending champs. I mean, they are similar to Desert Hills. They had such a talent, Dallin Grant and all those seniors that graduated last year. And then Ty Harrison apparently knocked out for the season, and they have beaten Snow Canyon. Desert Hills winless in region. And Crimson right now is the only team without a loss in region play. Can Desert Hills get that first region win? And shot up no good. McCone, and they say over the top on Jackson McCone.
Eaton had the ball right underneath the basket without an angle. Made a little move to create some room against Olsen, just couldn't finish it. Tough call against McCone.
Yeah, he got a lot of ball, no question, but he had to go so far over the top, it just probably appeared worse than it was. Inside Holmes, can't score it, but they say he was pushed as he was trying to dish it to Olsen. Coach Winters and Coach Allred have not sat down in the second half. They are coaching their proverbial tails off right now. And a 2-point lead for the Mustangs. Desert Hills can tie or take the lead. Holmes goes to the corner. Turnbow lining up a 3. No good. Holmes goes up and gets it, and they call a foul on Lincoln Holmes as he goes and bumps in. He got all ball up high, but the body bumped into Jensen.
Man, can you imagine the explosion in this arena had Turnbow knock down that corner 3, one of the fan favorites here at Desert Hills.
Good look. It was a good look.
Yeah.
And that now is the 7th team foul. So for the last 5:21 of this game, that's going to put them at the line. And that does kind of take away a little bit of that ability defensively to really try to be aggressive. Jensen, free throw, got the front end. Big one. Jensen's had a heck of a second half. 7 points all in the second half.
Just plays within whatever, if he's got an open shot, he's going to shoot it, make it. He's going to make a play for his teammate. Great guy to come off the bench, and he's been a spark for them pretty much all season.
Correction, he had 2 free throws in the first half, so he splits that pair from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. He's got 9 on the night. Allred, he's been quiet. He has not scored in the second half. Inside, Olsen. McCone recovers. They kick to the corner. Eli Allred, low pass, couldn't grab it. Here comes Hawes to Jensen. One-hand whip to Eaton. Eaton driving in, shot up, no, got his own miss, a reach-in call against Eli Allred. Eaton knows where that ball's going because he's tracking it out of his hand.
Yeah, he's had the eye of the tiger this whole second half, just going right at the basket, and he's so strong. It's tough to stop.
39-36, Crimson trying to push the lead up as Jordan Eaton to the free throw line. And got it. Second half, he has been very aggressive. He's got 7 points all in the second half. So it's been Jensen and Eaton. It was Hawes in the first. Hawes hasn't scored in the second half, Andy. He's still sitting there at 9 on the night. And a 30-second timeout. We'll catch our breath. 5-point lead, 41-36. Mustangs on top of the Thunder. We'll be right back.
Got a project at work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Stihl. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
Ideal Home and Paint. Ideal has all the top quality brands like PPG, Pratt & Lambert, and Cimarron floor epoxy coatings. Ideal has that. Check out their Paint Design Center, 4096 South River Road, or call 656-0801.
Devin and Andy, 97.7. And also streaming this game with our friends Lauren and Sam producing tonight. We got James rocking the camera tonight, as well as some other staff shooting the pictures right in your living room, right in your phone. And watch the finish if you're just leaving your radio, getting home for the night on sportsradio977.com. 5-point game, still 4:56 left in regulation. Desert Hills with the ball. Who do you want to go to here, AT?
Yeah, good question. I think Holbrook has gotten to the spot a lot tonight. I would like to see him get to the middle and then kick it out to an open man.
They'll circle it to Olsen. Olsen hand off to Link. Link sizing up a 3 in a triple threat position. Still has his dribble. Gives it to Holbrook on the wing. Back to Holmes. Over to Turnbow. Circle it to Eli Allred. Now Olsen with it. A 5-man out top here. It's kind of pass and screen away. Motion offense here, but nobody freed up. Patient possession for the Thunder. Holbrook trying to get to that spot. He does, but he's double teamed. He'll kick out to Turnbow. Turnbow put on the deck, blow by everybody and score it. Austin Turnbow, the tornado, his first points of the night.
How about a move by Turnbow in such a key situation? Puts it on the deck. He rarely does that. Catches him off guard. Nice layup.
Jensen 3, no, and it hits the standard up high, and that's Desert Hills basketball. Jensen, that was a heat check 3. It was right on line.
Yes, it was, and he's been a killer for him this fourth quarter.
I love that shot. If he hits it, it's a huge swing. But now Desert Hills can tie it with the 3. 3:41 to play. Holbrook, he wants the 3. Too strong. Turnbow, rebound. Turnbow has it stripped away, and they call a reach-in foul on Hudson Hawes, who can't believe it. And McCone trying to console him a little bit. It might have been that McCone was the one that fouled him, not Hawes. Let's take a look.
Man, big time. Red Rock Real Estate offensive rebound there by Turnbow. 2 key plays in a row for him.
Yeah, want to know what your home's worth? RedRockRealEstate.com. Lincoln Holmes ties the game, deep 3.
Big time. Shows off the arrow in his quiver there. Tie ball game.
Holmes has 11. 41-41, haven't settled a thing. Eaton splits the double team, throws it out to Jensen. Had to kind of flip it out and hope his teammate would see him as he didn't want to travel. Now Bridger Jones with it. McCone, he wants the triple. Not going to get it, and it's an over-the-back foul on Jordan Eaton. So foul trouble stacking up a little bit as we are late in this game. That's 4 on Eaton, Andy.
Yeah, and Turnbow's done a pretty good job against Eaton for the most part. Eaton's had a big second half, but at least keeping his body in front of him there and forcing him with the over-the-back call.
And a timeout on the court taken by the Thunder. They want to draw up a play with 2:53 to go. And it is Coach Allred that takes that timeout, and it's a 30-second timeout. And we'll step aside. Be right back. Tied at 41 on your Region 10 Radio Network. Ideal Home Paint Game of the Week.
Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Stihl. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
Ideal Home and Paint. Ideal has all the top quality brands like PPG, Pratt & Lambert, and Cimarron floor epoxy coatings. Ideal has that. Check out their paint design center, 4096 South River Road, or call 656-0801.
Andy, there's just something about Friday nights in Southern Utah and prep basketball. I love this environment tonight. Both teams deserve to win this game, but only one will.
Incredible energy, both student sections, fan bases, parents, everybody is made this a really fun game so far, and we'll see if Desert Hills can keep their magic going, standing with one of the best teams in the state here at home, Crimson Cliffs.
Everybody anxiously awaiting the outcome of this game. We can tell you, if you're just tuning in, Snow Canyon has lost for the first time all year up at Cedar High, and it wasn't close. They lose by 15. Allred blows by, scores, try to score with a left hand, and they call a foul from the outside.
Wow. Tough call on Jones. I just thought Allred leaped up and wasn't sure where he was at. Let's see here.
Little extension, not much.
I don't think so.
Not much.
That's a tough call on
Hey, both teams have had some tough calls go against them tonight. No question about it. And the ball just sat on the backboard, almost motionless, and then falls through the net. That's Eli Allred's first points of the second half, AT. No, sorry, he had 2 early in that third quarter. He's got 14 now after he makes both.
Pure.
Thunder up by 2. They retake the lead 43-41. Out top is Johnson. Goes to Haas. Great look at a 3. And it pops out no good. And they call a foul on Lincoln Holmes.
Yeah.
And that might be it for Link. Is that 5? I have him 4.
Yeah, that's 5th.
I was just saying, I think he had 4.
So
that's that 4-point shot that he got against Dixie last Friday night. But he made those and then made the free throws and helped Crimson come back.
Devastating.
Can we see that one
Hills.
more time? I didn't get a clean look at that live. I was watching off ball a little bit. I mean, he's open, right? So you got to race it. So Holmes races out. He just goes by.
It's Haas. Haas is such an expert at selling that 3-point landing zone stuff that's exactly what he did just there. Tough call against Holmes to be number 5. That's brutal.
Lincoln can't believe it right now. I mean, he's composed, but clearly frustrated. He didn't want to leave this game. He knows he's got 4. He's not trying to foul in that situation.
Right, exactly.
And Haas misses the free throw.
Here's the other angle for it for our TV audience. Haas kind of puts his right foot out a little bit. I think they're saying maybe Holmes clipped him with the hand, but I don't think there was enough there for a foul call.
Should have been a no call.
I think so.
Makes the second free throw. Coming up, we'll have the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show, but we haven't settled anything because we are tied at 43. But now your leading scorer has fouled out. So now you need other guys to step up. Esplin is back in with Turnbow, Holbrook, Allred, and Olsen. Esplin to Allred. 2:17 to play in regulation. Allred to the middle, kick out to Holbrook. Holbrook to Esplin. Back to Allred, now back to Holbrook. Holmes out. I don't know that Desert Hills wants to play for overtime, but certainly not in a hurry here with a tie game. Now 1:50 left on the Nets on Fire clock. NetsOnFire.org up in the B. Moore Sports Complex. Got the rink and Intermountain Sports Performance. And a bunch of other great stuff to do up there. Go check it out this weekend. Holbrook drive to the middle, terminates, got to get rid of it, does out to Esplin. I mean, Crimson doesn't have a foul to give. A foul here would put Thunder in the 1-and-1. 16 fouls on the scoreboard. We're down to 122. This is a minute-long possession now, Andy.
Shot clock.
We'll change this. Turnbow going to take the three, and he missed it. Rebound, Olsen to Turnbow. Turnbow going to reset it to Esplin with 1:05 on the Nets on Fire clock. Who's going to be the AWP playmaker play of the game? Who's going to win it for their team? We might need overtime to settle it. Coach Allred's going to take a timeout. There's 54 seconds on the clock.
Smart move there. It's tough. I mean, your offensive playmaker, Holmes, is out, so you're trying to figure out who's going to make a play for you here, and you don't want to, rush it. You don't want to make a mistake.
Full timeout, but let's take a 30-second timeout. Back for the finish. We are tied 43-43, 54 seconds left on ESPN Radio.
Got a project at work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Stihl. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
Ideal Home and Paint. Ideal has all the top quality brands like PPG, Pratt & Lambert, and Cimarron floor epoxy coatings. Ideal has that. Check out their Paint Design Center, 4096 South River Road, or call 656-0801.
Back live at the Thunderdome. Andy, tense moments here. You got a team trying to be the last team unbeaten in Crimson with Snow Canyon losing. And you got Desert Hills, who played in the state championship last year. A lot of pride, trying to win their first region game.
Yeah, I think your play is Holbrook going to the free throw line. He's got to penetrate. He's either got to get a nice little 5-foot shot. He hasn't made a lot of those tonight, but that's their best shot. Or he's got to kick it out to Allred for a 3. Without Holmes, your options are kind of limited on offense.
We'll see what Coach Allred draws up. He'll throw it into Holbrook. He'll go left wing to Allred. Allred back to Holbrook. Now over to Turnbow. Turnbow drives, kicks, and they say he traveled. Turnover Thunder, and Crimson now with 40.4 seconds has a chance to take the lead or win it potentially.
Yeah, it was a nice little motion half-court set they set up.
I don't think he traveled, but official deemed he did. Did he travel there, AT? He kind of hesitated, didn't he?
Yeah.
A little bit of hesitation. I think that's what the official saw.
Yeah.
And now Crimson, Coach Winters, smart timeout. He wants to drop a play. Get him that dry erase marker. Let's go to work, Coach Winters. This is great stuff tonight.
Yeah, and on this end, Coach Winters has a ton of options for, the play he can draw up offensively. Obviously, Haas is going to be the number 1 option. May use him as a decoy. We'll see.
Thunder and Mustangs. Doesn't matter what the record is, it's always a good one, isn't it?
Absolutely.
State tournament coming up. It's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and if you have not heard or looked closely, it's at the Burns Arena. How big of an advantage is that for our region teams?
That's so awesome. Yeah, that's great.
You get to sleep in your bed. Hannah can cook you up your favorite ramen noodle dish.
Yeah.
You don't have to go up to the cold, frozen tundra of Cache Valley, Andy.
Yeah, cannot wait.
Again, thanks to all our great sponsors, including Red Rock Real Estate, a rebound sponsor. How big is the rebound? I wish I was keeping rebounding stats tonight, but I'm not. But obviously, that has been a battle. And guys like Houston Johnson and Jordan Eaton going up against Eric Olson and Austin Turnbow on the boards. Will there be one more big Red Rock Real Estate rebound here down the stretch? Crimson hopes not. They want to make it here and take the lead. 35.2 on the clock. They get it in and Allred steals it. Allred goes in and lays it up and he got it. Desert Hills is fouled and Eli Allred and one. Are you kidding me?
What just happened? Holy cow, Eli Allred.
Young Eli. I thought he was going to dunk it for a second.
Me too.
He's like, Coach will kill me if I boink this. I better lay it in. So I think the clock was ticking down, and Allred just takes it away. And not a lot of contact there on the and one either. I don't know. And he misses it. So Crimson can still win it. 45-43. And a timeout, Coach Winters. We'll keep it right here. Timeout's brought to you by Scott Gibson, Intercap Lending. I don't want to leave this game.
No.
Good.
What an amazing play by Allred. It looked like, oh, man, Crimson's going to have the ball if you were a Desert Hills fan, and they're just going to be able to waste the clock for 10 seconds and give it to a really good player to put the game over. But Allred just makes a play.
The question for Coach Winters, does he want to try to go down low to, Jordan Eaton and tie this, or does he want to try to draw up a play for some clock to come off and then get Hudson Hawes a three to win it?
I think if you're Coach Winters, you get the two. I mean, Hudson Hawes shooting a three that's super high percentage. But I think you're feeling if we go into overtime, we win this game. So if you can get Eaton down by the basket, a little motion or something like that to get him where he could get fouled potentially or get up a two, for me, that's my number one situation. But we'll see. I mean, he might just go for the dagger with Hudson, and I wouldn't blame him.
Game tonight brought to you by Luke Beauty, American Family Insurance, and Morgan Pest Control. Our 60 for Schools is back, folks. That means Morgan will donate $60, and this is going to be a hard-earned $60 for every region win. And we've already been keeping track of that. And they're celebrating 60 years serving Southern Utah with all your pest control needs. Ants, roaches, no match for the techs at Morgan. And to celebrate, your first 4 months of sprays is only $60 for you. So give them a call today. Thank you, Morgan Pest Control. Here we go. They get it into Jones. Bridger, guarded by Allred, flips it to Hawes. 17 left. Jones alone, gonna go score it. We're tied.
What a beautiful play.
We are tied up. 10 seconds. Allred saves it from going out of bounds. Allred with 5. He wants to take the three. He misses it. Rebound. And they go to timeout. They got a timeout with under a second to go. I think they should have had maybe a 1.7.
Yeah, I mean, Coach, as soon as he got it, Coach was calling for the timeout. And, yeah, they're down to 0.7. They were trying to get that with over 2 seconds left.
Allred almost lost it out of bounds. So I think that made him go panic mode.
Yeah, for sure.
And he shoots that shot a little bit too early.
But that play that Coach Winters brought up for his team where the action goes and everybody goes to Hawes, and then he dumps it off for Bridger Jones, who just had a wide open lane to the hoop. Just a brilliant play design there by the Mustangs.
No question. So Allred, who got the steal and the lay-in, does not get the game winner. He tries to get the three to go. It's contested. The rebound is secured now. There's about 3 seconds on the clock. You can see Jaden Jensen saying we're calling timeout, and I think they've got to add some time here.
They did. 1.6.
And I don't even know if that's enough.
Right.
But they don't have a replay monitor down there to go check it precisely like at the collegiate level, obviously. So they got to use their best judgment. but still plenty of time for a quick dribble and a shot. Not much. You got to be a quick dribble, though. What does Coach Winters want to do here? Baseball it down. Man-to-man look defensively. Bateman for some size. He's guarding Jones on the ball. Jones baseballs it all the way down. Holbrook grabs the steal. We're going to overtime. We're going to overtime. We haven't settled anything. Bonus basketball for you on a Friday night in Region 10. Tied at 45 apiece. We still might get that Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert. We'll have to put 4 minutes on the board, and we'll talk about it after this timeout.
This is Tyler from We Win Injury Law. We win for you, period. If you have been in a motorcycle accident, car accident, hit by a semi-truck, or bitten by a dog, we will fight and win for you, period. Visit 435wewin.com to have me look at your case.
Simply Wisdom Teeth is all they do, and they always make it simple. With everyday pricing at just $899 for all 4 wisdom teeth removed, including sedation, they've got over 600 5-star Google reviews. For appointments, call 635-1243 or visit simplywisdomteeth.com.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Careful. Back to Hawes. Hawes working on Holbrook. Shake and bake. Kick out to McCone. Hawes is saying reverse the ball. His shoe came off. That's why. Hawes didn't want the ball. He lost his shoe. He's trying to get it back in, and now he wants the ball. He's got his shoe fixed. Shot up. It's Jordan Eaton. Big time shot.
What a stud. I mean, that mid-range game, he is dominant from 15 feet.
He's got 10 all in the second half. And those are the first overtime points. Esplin over to Turnbow. Turnbow to Holbrook. Back to Esplin. Landon gets it to Holbrook. Had Turnbow rolling through, decided not to go to him. Olsen puts a move down. Reverse lay-in. Pretty move, Eric Olsen.
Oh, Eric Olsen. Goodness gracious. Drive it underneath like he's George Gervin with the reverse layup off the glass. Clutch play by the big fella.
McCone up high beyond the three-point line. Had it tipped away, gets it back, passes it to Hawes. 47-47, 2:33 left in overtime. Baseline jumper from Hawes, no. Jordan Eaton, rebound, can't secure it. Coach Winters wanted a foul, doesn't get it. Here comes Desert Hills now a chance to take the lead. 2:18 on the overtime clock. Eventually, we'll get you to the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. Hand out some awards. And get you that finals from around the region tonight. Set up next week's region games. Right now, we are in crunch time, under 2 to go. Thunder being really patient again. Holbrook triple threat, has his dribble, guarded by Hawes. Spins, goes to a stop, and makes the jumper. Boston Holbrook, that was pretty.
Big time shot. That's a shot he's had several times tonight. He's had a lid on the rim for most of them, not that time in the biggest situation. Big play by Holbrook.
Thunder up 2, 49-47. Bridger Jones laying no. It's tipped to Esplin. Esplin has it poked away from the backside.
Nice hands by Matthews.
Kicks it to Matthews from Hawes, now to the corner to Bridger, inside to Eaton. Over to McCone, high arcing jump shot, no. Rebound tipped around. Eaton on the deck to get it. Eaton trying to find some help. And finally, Coach Winters will take one of his overtime timeouts.
Great effort by Eaton. Everybody, they're playing all out tonight in the Thunderdome.
Again, I said it. early in the fourth quarter, nobody's going to deserve to lose this game, it felt like, and that has continued. Both teams playing their guts out. Desert Hills coaches were mad at it. They thought maybe there would have been a travel or something when Eaton was on the deck there. Desert Hills is having trouble securing Red Rock Real Estate rebounds. Eaton has just wanted rebounds. McCone's coming in, just making everything contested.
Yeah, they're being very physical.
49-47. Full timeout brought to you by Scott Gibson Intercap Lending. Looking for a refi, build a new home. You need financing from the best, and the best is Scott Gibson Intercap Lending. Look at the student section, AT. Get in there. Mosh pit.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job all night.
It makes the atmosphere so fantastic when both student body sections are into a tight game in Region 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when all these kids went to school with each other and crossed over and all that stuff. I mean, there's something about this matchup. From the inception of Crimson Cliffs, it was always a good game, and even tonight you got a team that's winless and a team that's undefeated in region, and it's a 2-point game in overtime. Amazing.
We'll see how it plays out, or will we need another overtime? 49-47, Desert Hills with the 2-point lead. They inbound, and it's stolen away by Desert Hills. Jake Wilkins rolls down the lane, lays it up, and misses it. And they're going to call an over the back on Austin Turnbow, and now they can walk it down.
Incredible defensive play by Turnbow. Wilkins knew that he had to slow down, and he did. Just
hangs on the rim.
Yeah, that's tough.
I mean, that puts it at 4 with 1:06. Instead, you miss it, and then Turnbow called for his 5th foul, so he is now fouled out of this game, joining Lincoln Holmes, and Eli Allred going to check back in. Not sure why Eli Allred wasn't in the game in the first place, but he's now back on the court. David Mortensen not dressing tonight with a bad ligament ankle sprain, giving it Turnbow a big hug. And now Travis Matthews, some big-time pressure-packed free throws, and Matthews no problem.
Money.
Quiet night for Trav. Has not scored a field goal. He's got 2 points, both were foul shots. But he missed the second, so Desert Hills 1-point lead, 1:04 to go. They get it to Allred. Allred, hand off to Holbrook. Holbrook over to Esplin. You got a sophomore, 2 juniors, and 2 seniors on the court for Coach Allred. He wants a timeout. And Holbrook had a little bit of an angle, and they called the timeout. And it's a full timeout. Get off the court. They think, wait, there's a foul? I thought Coach Allred was calling a timeout, Andy. I'm looking at him. He was going timeout.
I did too. So they got Boston on the floor at some point here. He's calling for timeout. They're not giving it to him. Oh, right there.
Okay, they called the reach. The timeout was coming before. The officials didn't see it. So the 1-and-1, and Holbrook makes it. The lead is now 2. That actually worked out okay for Desert Hills.
And if I'm Crimson, I don't know if I'm fouling there. I mean, especially against Holbrook, who's
had a great second half.
Yeah.
Holbrook makes the second. He's got 9 on the night, and 8 of them have come in the second half. 51-48, Thunder lead by 3. Hawes to Jensen. A tie game if he makes it, but he can't. Rebound, Olsen. Big Red Rock Real Estate rebound and a whistle and a foul, and walking down for free throws here. Andy, the last 2 Friday nights, you and I have had sensational instant Region 10 classics.
Absolutely, yeah, they've been fantastic. That was a really good extra pass by Hawes to Jensen, who has had an excellent second half shooting the ball. As you see, Eric Olsen's sky up there to get the huge rebound. But I mean, I guess going back to the foul early with 41 seconds left, I thought maybe you try to get a steal for 20 more seconds or something like that in a 1-point game. But maybe you want to extend the game as long as you can. And we'll see if Desert Hills can continue to ice the game from the free throw line.
Coach Winters, he's seen every scenario over his coaching and playing career. So I'm not going to question his decision-making there. But Coach Allred was wanting a timeout. I think so. Sometimes you wait too long to take fouls, though, and you waste time.
That's true.
You can stretch this into a couple different possessions if you want to.
That's true.
So Olsen, a huge free throw, and he missed it. And they can tie it again, so it works out. 3-point game, 20 seconds on the Nets on Fire clock. Pause with it. Crossover, takes the three. Over Olsen. Bridger Jones off the miss, grabs the rebound, it's knocked away, and Allred is fouled and pushed. And that's a foul on Jensen. And Eli Allred will walk down for free throws with just 10.9 seconds on the clock.
And Jones can't believe he didn't get a foul call after he got that rebound, because Haas had relocated and set up for another three-point attempt.
And that is
tough break there.
That is, what are they talking about? Coach Allred's wondering why he's saying, let's go, let's go. And now one official is going to the line to call the foul on. Were they talking about if the push was excessive maybe, Andy?
Here's the replay for our TV audience. Let's see it. Jones, who gets the offensive rebound. And the ball gets hit away there by Wilkins, and I couldn't tell how much contact he made, but Jones, his reaction to it, he was...
Well, he's fouled out.
He couldn't believe he didn't get the call there.
That's the third player in this game to foul. It's Holmes and Turnbow out already. Now Bridger Jones is fouled out. And Eli Allred to the line. First free throw is good. 4-point game, that is big. That is a big bucket from the stripe.
Wow. What a moment here for Desert Hills basketball with, Holmes fouled out, Turnbow fouled out, in a game where I think a lot of people, including me, were just kind of waiting for, okay, it goes to overtime. That means Crimson's going to win, but Desert Hills has been able to gut it out here in super impressive fashion.
Really quick, today was the state cheer competition, and how about this? Crimson Cliffs cheer won state 4A in co-ed show, and Desert Hills cheer won state in 4A in all girls show. So both the cheer teams, and that's why you don't have any cheerleaders here tonight. They're up at state. And now Eli Allred back to the line. By the way, congratulations to Crimson and Desert Hills cheer teams. 52-48 in overtime, 10.9 seconds left on the clock. Can the Mustangs pull another miracle out like they did last Friday? We'll see. They need 2 buckets. It's a 2-possession game, make or miss this. Allred. Fabulous Freddy's free throw, got it. Here comes Hawes, 8. He'll take a deep 3, no. And rebound, Landon Esplin, huge Red Rock Real Estate rebound, and that'll do it. Desert Hills wins the first region game of the season, and it goes against their rival Crimson Cliffs, and they did it with a couple players out. Crimson and Snow Canyon both entered a Friday night undefeated in region play. We're not to the halfway point yet, and now nobody's undefeated, and that opens it up for everybody. And the region title is still up on the line for everybody.
What a night in Region 10. These upsets, close games. What a battle by Crimson Cliffs all the way around as they're shaking hands with their good buddies on the other end. Good sportsmanship, but amazing effort. I mean, Coach Winters, Coach Allred, the effort tonight was relentless from both sides, and one of the best games all year long, in my opinion. What a game here at the Thunderdome.
They're celebrating at Desert Hills, and we'll take a timeout. Coming up when we come back, we'll clean it all up. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show starts after this 2-minute timeout.
Ernie's 2 Sinclair stations want to wish Region 10 athletes the best of luck this season. And stay tuned for the Ernie's Player of the Game. Don't forget to grab an Ernie's reward card that allows you to save on fuel and earn points for every $1 spent in store. Get your card today. Ernie's, St. George, Hurricane, Cedar, and in Beaver.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware.
See Hearst first this month for great deals on red hot buys at Hearst Ace Hardware. Make sure and get an Ace Rewards card for savings around the house, the yard, or the job site. Stop by Hearst General Store Ace Hardware, conveniently located in the heart of downtown Cedar City and St. George.
Hey, time out. I've got a loan for you. Scott Gibson here with Intercap Lending. Put me in the finance game to work for you. No matter what you're looking for, to build, buy, or refinance, I can help. So don't drop the ball and let me, with my 25 years experience, go to work for you. 435-619-8080.
Hey, it's Luke with Eaton Associates at American Family Insurance. At Eaton Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Ideal Home and Paint. Ideal has all the top quality brands like PPG, Pratt & Lambert, and Cimarron floor epoxy coatings. Ideal has that. Check out their Paint Design Center, 4096 South River Road, or call 656-0801.
Right now is the time to improve and get ready for the upcoming basketball season. And the best facility with brand new floors and top-notch training is at Nets on Fire inside the Be More Complex. Get small group training with elite coaches. It's time to improve your game. Just visit netsonfire.org.
Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Dr. Cody and his staff, longtime great post-game partner with us of Region 10 Sports here on ESPN Radio. Dr. Cody and his staff make your kids feel right at home, all your dental needs. And always, if you're a new client, they want to see you and they want to give you a great deal. The cleaning, the exam, the x-rays, that first visit for your kids' dental needs, just $79. 628-0511. Andy, try to summarize what we've seen tonight. We had some upsets in Region 10 basketball, including this one, Desert Hills, in overtime by 5. Handing Crimson their first loss of the season.
I think it was just a beautifully executed game plan by Coach Allred, keeping it, ugly. There was a lot of fouls. There were some turnovers. They slowed Crimson down just enough to get, going into OT was at 45-45 or something like that. So Desert Hills defense came through huge tonight, and just some big plays down the stretch. You think about a couple of the shots Lincoln Holmes made, Holbrook near the end. Obviously, Eli Allred with the steal and bucket there at the end. You could tell this game meant so much for Desert Hills, who's had a long, tough year so far, but must feel great to be celebrating right now.
Let's take a look at the highlights from the second half, Andy. And boy, oh boy, we'll try to sort out some awards. We got to name our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. We've got to pick our Ernie's 2 Sinclair Station Player of the Game. Jordan Eaton had the first
Stud.
6 points for Crimson in the third quarter.
Great second half for Eaton.
He wanted to score after being held scoreless in the first half. And there's Holmes. He fouled out early, but had 11. That was hanging and hitting. And more Eaton down low in the block for the Mustangs. Holbrook on his back, hits Holmes. A nice pass down to Allred. Allred led all scorers tonight with 18 points.
Yeah, he was tough, as we see Jones going to the rack there for Crimson Cliffs. Holmes, before he fouled out, making big shots, keeping his team in it. Holbrook was great getting to his spot on the floor tonight and had some clutch buckets down the stretch.
Well, and Holbrook, he had an injury last year, so he missed his whole season. He played like the first 5 or 6 games, so this is his first varsity year. And you can see the potential.
Jensen had 2 huge threes there in a row, back-to-back for Jaden Jensen.
Jaden Jensen, clutch. I was marking those down as playmaker play of the game, but won't happen tonight with Desert Hills winning it. Turnbow, only bucket of the night, but that was a big one. And then Holmes from deep, tying it up late. And then this steal by Allred and the finger roll laying and the foul. Allred was impressive tonight. This sophomore is bursting on the scene. But here is the tie, and then late there in regulation, desperation from Holbrook. No, so we go to overtime. In overtime, Eaton comes out, and, of course, what's he do? He scores it.
Big league shot. And then the reverse layup from Eric Olson in a key moment.
And
what a play.
that might be your play of the game right there, or this one right here. Probably that one because it happened after, and that gave – there it is. Boston Holbrook, that field goal in overtime, really the difference in it. The rest of the stuff came from the free throw line down the stretch for Desert Hills to seal it.
Yeah, Holbrook, great job. He was tenacious. And, yeah, clutch shot. He had a couple of them down the stretch, but that one was the biggest.
Boston Holbrook applying Social Sales Plus Playmaker play. The game mid-range jumper in the middle of the key there, a little tweener shot. And boom, Desert Hills gets the monkey off their back and finally breaks through into the win column. As for our Ernie's 2 Sinclair Station player of the game, we'll name one for each in an overtime thriller. And we appreciate Ernie's, top of the Boulevard, St. George, location out in Hurricane, Cedar, Beaver, best chicken strips in the West. Fuel up, grab some drinks, some snacks at Ernie's 2 before or after your next game. And I think it's got to be all red for I think it's got to be all red for Desert Hills.
Yeah, he was amazing.
And I probably lean Eaton just because of I think he had a double-double with the rebounding. I didn't keep the rebounding statistics tonight, but he had all 10 points in the second half. They needed every one of them. And then I'm pretty sure he had over 10 rebounds tonight.
Yeah. Eaton was a stud. That second half, he took over. He was just such a tough kid, fun to watch. And like you said a couple times, it sucks that anybody had to lose this game. Crimson Cliffs played so tough too, but it was just Desert Hills' night here at home.
Let's run down the stats brought to you by Wilkinson's. Individual scoring for the Mustangs, Hudson Haas had 11. Houston Johnson with 4. Jordan Eaton had the 10. We think the double-double. Bridger Jones 6, Jackson McComb 5, Jade Jensen had 9, and Class had 2. So those are your individual stats for the Mustangs in the 5-point loss in overtime. For Desert Hills, again, leading the way, Eli Allred, your Ernie's 2 player of the game, 18 points. Holmes had 11. Boston Holbrook had 10. 4 for Eric Olson. 3 for Esplin, 3 for Wilkins, 2 for Bateman, and 2 for Turnbow. And 53 points, we were talking about it on the show earlier today. How many points would it take, the way Desert Hills has been playing defense, to win? Well, the answer in overtime, 53. Because the defense was good again tonight.
Yeah, they were excellent.
I mean, you hold
in overtime. Yeah.
You hold Hawes and Eaton to 21 combined.
Yeah.
Johnson was coming off 16. You hold him to 4. That defense, and they used a lot of fouls, but they found a way to win it.
Yeah, they did use a ton of fouls, but it slowed them down. It worked.
Quick 60-second break. When we come back, more of the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. 53-48 on the We Win injury loss scoreboard. Desert Hills in overtime picks up their 5th win of the season, but their first win in Region 10 action. We'll be right back.
This is Tyler from We Win Injury Law. We win for you, period. If you have been in a motorcycle accident, car accident, hit by a semi-truck, or bitten by a dog, we will fight and win for you, period. Visit 435wewin.com to have me look at your case.
Simply Wisdom Teeth is all they do, and they always make it simple. With everyday pricing at just $899 for all 4 wisdom teeth removed, including sedation, they've got over 600 5-star Google reviews. For appointments, call 635-1243 or visit simplywisdomteeth.com.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Trying to see if we were going to get Coach Allred up for some coaches' comments, which is normally brought to you by Anodyne Pain and Wellness, but I don't think he's come out of the locker room yet. I have not seen Coach Allred, so we'll put a bow on this one. Again, I want your thoughts, Andy, on Snow Canyon going up to Cedar tonight, losing by 15 in a game in which Cedar really desperately needed And Snow Canyon now 16-1 on the season. And how about this? Munson had 17, and Zab Santana goes for 25 in the victory.
That must have been a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
Watch when Zab goes off, especially at home.
Oh, he fired the crowd up, I guarantee you that.
Oh, my gosh. What an atmosphere that must have been.
And then Hurricane wins set over Pineview, so a good win for the Tigers, 57-50. Larson had 15 to pace the Tigers. Griffin Shepard had 26 in the loss for the Panthers. And then, of course, this one, 53-48, Desert Hills over Crimson in OT.
Awesome. If I were to pick the games, I would have been 0-3 in my picks tonight.
Expect the unexpected. Region 10 basketball. I've said it for years, and it lived up to it tonight again. The second Friday night in a row that you and I have been treated to some fun, instant Region 10 classics. Again, thanks to Ernie's to Wilkinson's for the stats. Applying Social Sailors Plus went with Boston Holbrook, that mid-range J late in OT as the play of the game that kind of sealed it for the Thunder. They had a couple free throws they had to make after that, and they win by 5. This has been the Ideal Home and Paint game of the week. Andy, next week we've got another busy week. All the games on Wednesday, all the games on Friday, and we'll get those for you in just a second and look ahead at the schedule. And, again, thanks to Morgan Pest Control, our 60 for School sponsor, a hard-fought $60 for a region win tonight for the Thunder as they celebrate 60 years in business. The weekend, though, we're not done. We got play-by-play Tennessee and Cincinnati tomorrow afternoon, 2:30 kickoff. And then 7 o'clock kickoff, Dixie State at home. I'd love to see a bunch of Region 10 fans do what they did in this Thunderdome over at the Burns Arena. And let's pack that place tomorrow night. The Dixie State players really feed off the crowd. And we want 5,000 at the Burns tomorrow night. We'll have it for you here on your Trailblazer Radio Network. I'll be with Mike Olson on the call, and we'll have it on ESPN Plus as well. So if you can't make the game, you can watch it. And then both games on Sunday, and then next Wednesday, more high school basketball.
Can't wait. Cannot wait.
And the game we'll have on ESPN Radio, I don't think it's going to lose its luster. Snow Canyon Crimson. Bull trying to rebound on a Wednesday night.
Awesome.
And next Wednesday will mark the halfway point of the region season.
Amazing how fast it goes.
That's going to do it. Thanks to our CEC TV crew, Laura, Marcus, James, everybody, all the cameramen, Sam. And thanks to Martin Kelly back producing in the TDS studios at ESPN Radio headquarters. I gotta get some more lozenges, Andy. It was a fun one. Privilege to bring it to you. For Andy Thompson, I'm Devin Dixon. Again in overtime, 53-48. Desert Hills beats Crimson Cliffs. Before I sign off, though, we didn't get the big score dessert. We missed it by 2 in this game. But we did get it in the Cedar Snow Canyon game. So you still can go take advantage of the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert tonight at Yogurtland till they close. Your first 5 ounces are free for everybody with you, so go enjoy that. Compliments of the leaders in HA5 at Holbrook Asphalt. We'll see you again soon. Have a great rest of your Friday night and a great weekend, everybody. Good night from the Thunderdome.